Baldia will sort of see what's going on, and he will say to Kretash, I'm gonna go help the injured. If you ever come across a Goliath with a flaming red beard, you let me know. Kretash, in the corner of your room, you see Cassiopeia sit up with a jolt.
Where is the
Ahead of you.
The sound
Ahead of
coming
you.
from the fucking village! Is it from the fucking village?
Bow before Stroud von Zarovich. Later that night, Kretash came into the office, ripped up every piece of paper on my desk, and set it all ablaze, along with his beloved Bolnia. Tell your brother I say hi when you see him, and the door will close.
What?
He will lift his faceplate, and you will see the face of Master Toe, sat on a horse in front of you.
You.
How are you still alive? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Trinity Isle, episode 20. How are we doing, everyone?
Fabulous.
Lovely.
I'm here, aren't I?
Well, he's not dead yet, but
ask me tomorrow.
yeah, Malachi's not gonna remember any of this stream. But that is fine. That's what we have all the recaps and stuff for. Now we're gonna get right into it, because we got a lot to go through today. We got a lot of people who want to have a lot of conversations with a lot of other people and or things. So we're gonna start off as we always do by doing a quick rundown of the cast. From the top left, we have Takumi Inui, the human fighter, played by Shadowblade312.
Hello. That is I. Thank you for catching us. Hope you enjoy.
We have Kretash the Cold, the Dark Elf Wizard, played by Malkai _Gaming.
Hello.
We have Seelia, the Half-Sun Elf Bard, played by the Trinity Isle artist DelphiniumRai.
Hi. Please don't die, Marinade.
We have Watt Hastings, the human paladin warlock, played by TheMrWa.
Hi, I'm trying to kick my addictions.
And last but never least, we have Cassiopeia, the Arrowcrocker druid, played by TheBarinade.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be here as your risk taker for this session.
And as always, I'm your slightly above average Dungeon Master, CJ_Zeppa. Now, I believe...
I have a question.
I may have an answer.
Very question.
Very
Didn't we amend Wa's class? Isn't he a warlock paladin now, not a paladin warlock?
But I'm reading it off the screen. You know, it interchanges. He's been a little bit paladin lately. It's fine, right? Because the thing is, he's gonna keep taking.
It's a shame Strahd's got him by the balls.
Yeah. But see, Wa can decide whether he levels up warlock or paladin each level. So if we do that, we're gonna have to change it every time he levels up. So we're just paladin warlock works for now. If he drops a paladin entirely, that'll be fucking interesting. But I believe, Shadow, you're ready for the recap this week, so I will hand it straight over to you.
Indeed. Last time on Trinity Isle, after a thrilling battle in the sewers, the party recovers, but not for long, as discord ensues amongst the party once again, as disagreement is taken over Kretash's action in the past session, where he used his ice magics to kill a drow sewer worker. As it turned out, the other remaining sewer workers were found dead, much to the shock and surprise of the rest of the party. After a brief silence from the party due to Takumi's growing outrage, they venture out of the sewers, intent on pursuing Talisman. To help obtain information, Cassiopeia speaks with a bird. It flies over to the Elven city to obtain worms for the bird and their children. Through this, she learns the direction Talisman was last seen to have gone, and after scouting ahead with Takumi, they find a camp. They discuss and then turn back to inform the rest of the party. While they travel together, Takumi fills Wa in on the truth of his powers, and Wa fills the party in on the truth behind the occurrence of his outing a few nights ago. At the camp, they find it abandoned but still intact, as 2 expended scrolls of fine seed and a dagger are all that remain. Wa instructs Cassiopeia to fly further ahead, to which Takumi and Seelia bid her good travels and a safe return. Takumi and Seelia then take notice of small glowing lights around them as they head deeper into the forest to investigate. They find multiple outcroppings of moonstone. However, Takumi's wistful and nostalgic action of interacting with nature, the moonstone is destroyed, leaving behind a single purple shard. Shocked, but determined to learn from this and move on, Seelia and Takumi go back to camp. While that was happening, Cassiopeia goes further south only to find a town of Clan Bahal. She continually tries to enter against their warnings, as eventually she comes face to face with a tree creature, just as Wa finds himself face to face with a familiar face that the party has not seen in some time.
Thank you, Shadow. Wonderful as always. And that is where we are going to begin. Wa, to recap for you specifically, you have turned hunting down what you thought to be a dangerous threat to you and your companions, seeing a Minotaur standing at the same height as you, lightly armored in straps of leather, with an axe in hand, staring you down, breathing heavily through their sort of snout-like nose, snorting through their snout-like nose. You see the recognizable face of Calcifer, the Minotaur, apprentice blacksmith of Ocean's Edge, last seen outside of the heritage site. The floor is open to you, good sir.
So I've just remembered that I can't speak the language, can I?
Nope. Only one of you can.
Oh, great.
Huh, I wonder where she could be. Oh, right. The tree.
He is able to understand common, as, you know, he was responding to all of you in your past encounters, but you cannot translate into Sylvan, no.
I'm just gonna wave.
Uh,
Oh, hi.
He will sort of look around and nod his head slightly.
Do you want to come back with me to the others?
He mutters something in a tongue you do not understand and has a confused expression on his face.
I'm just going to do this, and I'm just going to walk back towards the campment, keeping an eye to see if he'll follow.
Slowly, he will begin to follow you,
Yes!
treading lightly over the brushes of the jungle. And it is at this point that Takumi, Seelia, you are also making your way back to camp, and you hear some very heavy footsteps coming from your left.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
I look in that direction.
You see Wa slowly trying to coax this large, muscular being. A Minotaur.
Oh, please reword that.
No!
Nope.
Fuck you!
Nope, you're stuck with that.
No. A Minotaur with leather straps sort of lightly protecting him, axe in hand.
Do we
Levered up,
we-
muscular creature.
do we
All right.
recognize this Minotaur?
That
I
is
mean,
for
where we
you.
are?
That
Sorry,
is,
Queen.
that
Sorry,
is for
Queen.
you
He's
to
into muscles
decide
now.
whether you recognize that Minotaur.
I mean,
Calcifer? I'm gonna wave,
Calcifer?
like I'm gonna say it and like wave.
When you say the name, he will turn to face you.
Calcifer, is that you?
He will stare blankly.
How far away from the camp is he?
So the camp is to the side of the road just before the jungle begins. So they're sort of at the edge of the jungle. You'd be able to hear some murmuring outside, but you wouldn't be able to identify voices.
Yeah, so I'd ignore that.
Okay. And he will scan the three of you and then
Where'd you
show,
find him?
he will show 5 fingers and then 3.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
It's because there's 3 of us here, I'm guessing, and he's used to seeing 5 of us.
Probably. I'm going to hold up 5 fingers and say, 1, blue, away, we'll be back. And the other, where's Kretash actually?
Last in the
Oh, he's in a
camp,
tent.
I believe. Yeah,
In the tent?
at a tent.
Is that nearby?
There are 2 tents around the fireplace.
Like, that's within.
Yeah, you can see them.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like point to the tent.
Calcifer, if you understand what we're saying, do this, and I will give a thumbs up. If you don't understand or disagree with anything that we might say, do this, and I show a thumbs down.
He does the thumb up.
Aw. Okay.
And then he will walk over and sit on one of the logs by the campfire. And you will see him pull out this sort of, what you'd recognize to be a sort of whetstone, and begin running it along the blade of the axe. It begins to hum lightly, in a very deep, sort of throaty tone. We will go now to Cassiopeia for a moment. Standing in the middle of Bahal, wooden structures surrounding you, all manner of beast folk, weapons pointed up, and in front of you, a slow-moving, soft-faced willow tree. 2 eyes, very deep, hollow. No mouth, no sort of real facial structure, but 2 trunk-like hands that sort of come down from the canopy of the willows. You will be judged, Cassiopeia, on your business and intentions. You do recognize you have entered Bahal without blessing from myself. Explain your reasoning.
Well, you see, I was trying to get your blessing.
Were you not instructed to wait at the gate?
Yes.
Why did you not do so?
Well, I made my best efforts to.
One of the Adakokra, a sort of crow-looking creature with matte black feathers and a hood,
Cool.
will sort of fly over and whisper something. I am told that you entered Bahal and then waited on our side of the gate.
Yes.
You have invaded on very sacred soils. Mother Gaia will not be pleased. Explain.
It was unintentional.
And yet it still occurred.
It did. See, there wasn't any sign or anything like that, so I was unaware of the procedures. And then when I landed here, inside, I was told to go to the gate, and to go from within the camp was the fastest route to the gate.
You are an Arakokra, yet not of Clan Bahal. What is your clan? Your homestead?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure that out.
You are wondering.
Mm-hmm.
You have not come from Nila Serena as a diplomat.
That's correct.
Then why have you come to Bahal?
To seek information.
Information regarding what?
An Aarakocra that looks like me. Since there are other Aarakocra here, I figured maybe it was worth a shot.
I'm afraid we have met no Aarakocra whose wings glisten like the stars. And no one
I
with
see.
your like wears my banner.
Your banner. She asks inquisitively.
He will point to the grand sort of town hall building to the right of him, and you see a sort of image, a tapestry, blistering in the wind, and you'll recognize it from your studies, both as a druid and just as a bookish Aarakocra.
Hmm.
It is the great tree. The tree that binds all the planes together.
Ooh. How does one come to wear a banner?
To be one of Clan Bahal is to wear her insignia. You are not of this clan.
Mm-hmm. I'm not of any clan, as far as I know.
Then your business, your destiny, does not lie within my walls. We bespoke are the last of our kind on Trinity Isle. Enough of us to maintain a population, not enough to grow again to what we once were, the original inhabitants of this island.
Do you desire to reclaim it in some way?
Mother Gaia has not shown signs of war. We will not enact war unless guided by Mother Gaia.
What would a sign look like?
Catastrophe. Catastrophe is the sign of need.
I see. Is there no way one can become a member?
Our clan is of a sacred bloodline.
Mm-hmm. I'm not opposed to blood tests.
We do not accept outsiders. Alliance, friendship, but we do not induct those outside into Clan Bahal. Such is the way of Mother Gaia. For her
Where can I
protection.
meet this... Sorry. Where can I meet this Mother Gaia?
One does not reason with the wind, Aarakocra. Gaia comes to you.
Okay. I'll wait in that case.
Is there any else that we can offer in service?
Do you have any water? I'm parched.
We can provide, but you will not.
But I will not.
Apologies. We will provide on condition.
Mm-hmm.
You again will not invade our soil and not enter unless granted entry.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree?
Of course.
Very well.
I have a question in response to that as well in that case.
We will provide an answer if we can.
May I get some sort of visitor's pass? To warn you of catastrophe if it's coming.
We know your face. Should you maintain our accord, you will be granted entry when necessary, when allowed by
Understood.
myself.
She
Now,
nods.
Kamina, provide this Aarakocra with the water she has requested. I trust there is no more information you can request from us.
I don't have anything else to request unless there is anything you request from me.
Remain courteous to our laws, and we shall to you.
I have a question.
They wait.
May I get a copy of these laws?
If one cannot remember them, one will not respect them. And you are handed this sort of filled water skin by a tall lioness figure with two short swords bound to their waist.
Ooh. Cool.
And then she retracts back to the side of the willow tree.
Okay. Cassiopeia will down some of the water and she will fly off probably unless anybody stops her.
No one will stop you, and all will watch as you fly out of Bahal, and you will hear the creaking as the willow goes back to their dormant stasis. Where would you like to go, Cassiopeia?
Back.
Alright! And so you fly north. Back at the camp, Kretash, at this point, you can hear this sort of heavy sound of something falling, hitting the ground in some way.
I'll put my book down for a minute and head on out and see what's going on.
As you do so, you see Seelia, Wa, and Takumi around the fire that stood or sat, whichever the individual prefers. You will see Calcifer running a stone across the blade of this large steel-looking axe, and you will see small purple markings going up Takumi's fingers.
You're really trying to piss me off while I'm enjoying having Calcifer back, aren't you? I'm gonna give Takumi a very dirty look and then call out to Calcifer.
He will turn, and he will immediately sort of get up, leaving his axe at the log, and go over.
I'm just gonna throw my arms up.
And he will
Give me a hug.
He will hug you. Without hesitation, he will hug you. And he will say a plethora of things in Sylvan, but one word stands out to you. Boredan.
You know what that means?
No, you do not.
Sorry, Calcifer. I still don't know your language, but Cassiopeia should be back soon. I will be sure to learn the language.
He will bow his head.
I will give a little bow back.
And he will go back to the log, sit down, and you will hear this sort of sharp sound of stone against metal. The floor is open to all four of you as Cassiopeia, you are making your return.
I'm gonna turn to Takumi. And what is that?
It was
I'm gonna point at his hands.
When I look at my own hand, do I see the tendrils as well, or is
They're
it
not
not
so
visible?
much tendrils, it's kind of like the veins in your hand have like this purple glow.
I'm going to step between them, facing Kretash, and like just a little, be like, it was an accident. Okay.
All the same, what
It,
happened? I
are
like
you
that it's
taking
in
a
a
step
calmer
back,
tone.
or
It's
you
it's
like?
in a
Yeah.
calmer
Okay.
tone. I'm not taking a step back. It's still a firm stance, but it's in a calmer tone.
Takumi touched the stone.
What stone?
Moonstone. I'm whispering,
What
by the
is
way.
what is
I mean, I'm
moonstone?
there as well, so we can all hear it.
I'm just this whole
It's
time
very
I just be sitting on a log and looking at the sunset. If it is setting, I'm just looking in that direction.
It's starting to
Well,
go down. It's starting to go
right.
down.
The whole time I'd have just been sitting there after Calcifer sets down, so I'd just be sitting there. Yeah. Go on.
The mirror had it.
Same as your.
Yes. I swap his hand. As
I'm
he
going to
does
look
this.
inquisitively at that.
Wait,
Same as
swap.
what exactly?
Irrelevant. Can you show me what he touched?
I disagree, but okay.
It's in his bag. It's um Takumi?
Dump the bag. Don't touch it.
I take off my backpack. I turn around. I turn around to face the party. I put the backpack down. I open it, and I just leave it open.
And inside, you will see not an item yet is out of sight, but you will see like from the inside there was a very very faint glow.
Blow.
Kretash,
Yeah.
harder still for you to see due to the sunlight, but for everyone
Yeah.
else, it's
I
not vibrant, but it is clear.
am I able to use my hand axe and just bring it up using the hand axe, holding the grip of the hand axe?
You can attempt to remove it, yeah. So, are you kind of using it almost like a sort of shoveling motion?
Yeah.
Very well. In which case, the crystal will be flung ever so slightly in this sort of prism, purple prism, with this black, almost inky tendril-looking wisp going around on the inside. Will roll no more than maybe 10 centimeters from point to point, and it will roll towards the fire. And Calcifer will look at it, and he will put his stone down, clearly cautious, and the rest of you will hear nothing, you will feel nothing, not even you, Takumi, but the coloring does match the glowing in his hand.
Wait.
In
whose
Takumi's hand.
The
The veins.
The
veins
purple of the
inside,
crystal
right?
matches the glowing that goes through his
Ah,
sort
okay.
of.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
not literally his veins, but that's the kind of visual, that kind of
Yeah, yeah.
veiny,
And
entangled look.
can I? So this has been altered. Can I see the original form of whatever item this is?
I can take you there.
What's the Hang on, let me finally pull open my character sheet. And everything that I'm supposed to have open ages ago.
Fuck.
What's this? Somebody being prepared? Fuck off. Let's see. I just got to check what items I have, because that will determine what choice I make here.
Take all the time you need.
I'm terrified. Okay. Don't want it touching that. Can I open my... I'm gonna open my tinderbox.
Okay.
I'm going to grab my dagger. I sort of want to just scoop this thing into the tinderbox so I can
Kind of
carry it.
roll it in it. Yeah.
Roll it in,
you'll
yeah.
also see Kretash get on the ground, pull out. Are you pulling out your dagger or the other dagger?
I'm pulling out my dagger.
Okay.
Oh no.
Just for clarification, because no one else has seen that dagger yet.
No one else has seen that. No.
So you're able to sort of move it. It doesn't.
Actually, I'll be pulling that out of my backpack. So I'll have pulled that dagger out of my backpack.
You're using the black dagger.
No.
You pulled it out there. Okay,
My dagger is in the backpack.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you will see how Kretash will move this prism into the box. It doesn't react to the dagger, not the tinderbox, nothing. And it sits in. It just about fits. Like if it was any bigger, it wouldn't be able to close, but you are able to close the box.
I am going to close the box, and I'm going to say, Seelia, lead the way.
And I shall.
Alright. And you will notice how Calcifer immediately gets up, axe in hand, and follows Kretash. And you will be led into the jungle.
I'm following as well, just to
You're
make
following.
it clear.
Takumi, what are you doing?
So I see the rest of them leaving.
Yes, you do.
I'll just turn back around and continue to look at the sunset.
Okay, we will return to you in a moment.
I will look at Wa and say maybe stay with Takumi.
No.
We shouldn't be splitting.
There's stuff that's being hidden at the moment, so I need to know what's going on. Takumi is the only one that doesn't need to be seeing this, but, you know, it's bad enough that I've been kept out of the loop about this as long as I have, so I'm coming with.
I mean, you do have someone with you, you know.
Okay, but you don't know that they can hear everything, see everything I see. Only Kretash knows that at the moment.
Really?
Yeah.
It hasn't been said. No, it has not.
It hasn't been vocalized.
No.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't know that.
Kretash knows this because he's also had Strahd in his head and knows of Strahd and know what Strahd does, what he's capable of.
In that case, retracted.
Okay,
But still.
that's fine. We can just retcon that very quick. You make it to, so you start going into the jungle a few feet, and Kretash, as the canopy sort of comes over you, your eyesight becomes a bit more comfortable. It's not like the darkness that you prefer, but it mitigates the effects of your sensitivity a little bit. And then as that happens, and as your eyes adjust, War as well, you'll see these little blue, sort of lilac-y purple glowing in the distance. One, initially very sort of spotted, but the deeper into the jungle you look, the closer and closer they become. And Seelia, you guide them to the one that you found, and what you see on the ground in a perfect kind of circle is this mix of beautiful blue and pitch black dust, sprinkled with these sort of glittering sparkles on the ground.
So that one used to look like those ones. And I'm gonna point to the one I apologized to earlier.
And you will see this sort of crystal with one main prism going up about 4 foot, and then other prisms kind of blossoming out of them. So both of you that you don't recognize them, what they are.
Okay.
So this is what you supposedly have something of that I don't know what it is that you're keeping hidden.
I'm going to take out my water skin and empty it onto the ground behind me.
Okay, you do so.
I'm going to scoop up some of the dust into the water skin.
Okay.
And I am going to examine this this crystal.
In the box, or the ones that
No,
are
no,
elsewhere.
the actual crystal blossoming.
How do you examine them? And will
I
tell you.
want to know. Well, I want to see if there's any way that I can release them from whatever's binding them to where they are.
You sort of look at the crystal, and on a few of them, you do see like these clean cuts where some of the prisms have been harvested. So, you can tell that like they can be broken, but it takes more of a force than just grabbing it and ripping it off. It requires a bit of sort of accuracy and finesse.
I
I'm gonna touch the crystal so it makes the noise.
I'm still waiting for a response from Seelia.
Celia's just
You-
gonna look at Kretash.
As Celia touches it, you hear this sort of pleasant ringing sound echo,
Boing.
and as the sound reaches the crystals, they sort of flash a little bit, and the sound carries on deep into the jungle, sort of reacting to every other crystal. There is a silence when it tries to go to the one that was standing there before, now become dust, and sort of the crystals that would lead to do not get that reaction, as though they have been cut off.
It's like they're alive.
Can I ascertain the point before the dust? So the
How
last
it became
crystal,
from what you
the very last crystal that received the sound before going to the dust and cancelling out that sound. I want to find the previous one in the chain.
No, so the one that Celia touched was the one next to that. So, but there's like an entire group of the crystals where it was not carried over.
Okay. I'm going to pull out my dagger again, and I'm going to try and harvest a little bit of this crystal.
Roll me a strength check.
Rank. Uh, 9.
You sort of swing, and your dagger bounces off of the crystal, and again the same process of the sound being carried off into the jungle, and the little magical glowing flash.
Oh wait, actually, that was hang on. Okay. I had to double check that it wasn't a critical fail. I have exhaustion level 1, so I have disadvantage on skill checks.
Ah, yes.
Yep.
That's fine.
I just remembered, so I figured I'd make sure that I wasn't going to take effect. Okay. But all good. I'm going to... I think I'm probably just going to keep trying until I get it.
Cool. I'm gonna still be looking sternly at Seelia.
roll again.
Roll again.
Roll again.
Higher. Oh, okay. That was. Oh, fuck that. Well, that was a nat 20, but the first roll was a 13.
Okay. And, it takes a few swings, but eventually you are able to chip off a little bit of prism. And although, like, before, it felt like, you weren't even making a dent, the cut that makes it feels like butter. And you get the sense of either, like, if you are strong enough, you can break it without effort, not able to meet the requirements, and it is invulnerable. But you see this little, and again, after every hit, we have the same process, and you cut that prism, and it falls off. It doesn't lose its glow. It still looks fresh, and sort of, you see this milky wisp going about it, and the crystal of which it has
How
come from.
big is this crystal in comparison to the
About
other?
the size of your hand. In comparison to the purple one in the box.
Yeah.
The one in the box is thinner. It's about it's thinner, and the one in the box is a bit taller.
Okay, interesting.
But yes,
that's okay.
And the main crystal itself, nothing happens, no change, no feeling.
Can I boink it again?
Yep. And once again, we have the same process.
I'm going to turn around, start heading back to camp, and say, I've got everything I need. And I'll look at Wire, I'm going to say, and you, stop asking questions, you know that nosy bastard's listening. I'm going to walk off.
Before you walk off, I just need to know, and this is just purely for your safety, him having an effect on stuff like this, with her having something I don't know what, if those two come into contact, is it going to be dangerous?
Not to you.
That doesn't answer the question. Is it going to put everyone else's lives at risk?
It shouldn't.
In the nicest possible way, I'm going to ask the person that's got the experience with this. No effect.
I can't answer that.
Okay.
Just let me work.
I trust you. So...
I will get back to you with the pertinent information.
I'm going to gesture to Calcifer and gesture at the crystal and do this and say like
You know he can understand common.
This
was established before.
This was established, yeah.
Can I please have a little piece?
Okay. And Calcifer will look at Kretash for approval.
I'll give him a little nod.
And Calcifer will go over and in one clean sweep cuts off a little bit of the crystal, and he hands you basically like the equivalent of like a D4 kind of shape of crystal.
Thank you. Thank you. And I will take it.
And he will nod to you. And then he will start walking back to camp as well, and he will look at Wa. And he will sort of do a bow of respect.
I will return that bow of respect.
And he will continue walking to Takumi now. You are staring at the sunset. What do you do in your time alone? What are you thinking about?
Takumi's feeling pretty down. He's thinking of how his first home, his first sense of safety was taken from him, and then how his second home and second sense of safety was also taken from him, and now he feels that maybe he can't ever have any of that again, seeing how his time out in nature, both first as a necessity and then second as part of training and with his Harper friends and whatnot, how he can't exactly have any of that again because of what just happened with in the Moonstone ores and whatnot. He wonders if he were to see all of them again, how would that go, and if there'll be any place left for him.
Really sorry to interrupt. I'll be back in just a moment.
That's fine. So you're the one with the power.
Do I hear this in my head, or is
No,
there someone near me?
You hear it up in the trees.
Ew.
I'm looking frantically wherever I up. Yeah, I'm just looking around up.
And you will see, sort of sat on one of the branches, a shadowy figure with glowing white eyes, white hair tucked behind a hood, and a short sword, golden hilt, emerald at the pommel, and sort of these root-like designs going across the blade.
Do I recognize this person?
It is the
Have I?
assassin that you fought in the sewers.
I know their name. They told me their name. I'm gonna stand up. Look at them. Salrith.
I haven't
What do you
used
want with
that
me?
name, and I can't remember how long. How many successes and failures. And he will sort of hop down. So you're the one with Sildakan's weave. The one that Talisman's looking for.
What of it?
How
I didn't
much-
choose this.
How much do you know of it?
Why should I tell you? When you ally with him, with them,
How else are you gonna find out?
I just want to be rid of this.
That's possible. But think of the power. Immortality. That's not a gift one gets often.
Whether it's a gift or a curse depends on the person. I don't seek such things.
It depends on the one using it. And what they use it for. Magic doesn't decide whether it's good or evil. Is the corrupted weave really that different from the normal one? From its brother?
I doubt if I had the normal one, or wouldn't. If I had the normal one, I wouldn't be at risk of dissolving myself if I were to fall. If I had normal, I wouldn't be at risk of blowing up the whole place if I were to use it more. The
Only if
normal
you
one,
die. Think about all the people who have used magic and done evil things. Strahd, Vecna, Zariel, Asmodeus, Thorel.
what about them?
Well, they use magic. Not Sildakan's weave. They use the weave of his brother.
Like you said, it's the people who use the power, and they're wrong. They're evil. Doesn't matter who uses what. If
And
they get in our way,
are you evil?
that's not for me to judge.
Do you think you're evil?
I don't know. I haven't done evil things, but then again, everyone's free to think what they want.
Well, then what are you
I just
afraid
want to
of?
do the best I can.
Then what are you afraid of? And it is at this point that the rest of the party will return, seeing Takumi speak with the shadowy assassin from the sewer.
Zephyr, I've just sent you a message, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm afraid of losing myself and everyone I care for again and again and again.
You could learn so much about this weave that you use. I don't know everything about it. I've seen what it can do. There are options.
Which entail
Well,
what exactly?
giving it up and giving up all that come with it, or keeping it and living forever.
I choose to give it up. What then?
I don't know. I just know it can be done. I don't know how. I don't know the consequences. But someone out here does. The alchemist.
You're helping me.
Oh, I'm just making competition. I've been tasked to kill him.
Of course you have.
And I plan to, but it's always fun when there's a challenge.
To that I can agree.
Are the other three going to respond in any way, or are you remaining silent?
I'm silent, just listening.
When
Hang on.
we cross blades again, we will defeat you. I will see to it myself if you get in our way.
Hang on.
Uh,
You said the other three?
We are there. We
Yeah,
can see
you
this.
three have made it back to the camp at this point.
Calcifer?
Yes, hang on. 3.
Yes.
Calcifer?
Calcifer's a little bit behind because he... no,
Where's Cassiopeia?
she's not
She's
back
not
yet.
back yet.
She's not back yet, okay. Sorry, I could not for the life of me work out why it was only 3. It just sounded so
Yeah.
wrong to me. No, that's okay.
You're,
That's
you're
okay.
same as like Calcifer, just like
I'm just like, I'm like hyper aware that Casper's there now because we've already
Yeah.
left him behind once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the three main cast, Calcifer's also there.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say hi. Again. Who are you tasked to kill? I'm gonna smile.
The alchemist. And you, but you've already beaten me once. I can take a break.
Me in particular, or just all of us?
Ah, anyone who gets in my way.
Why do you
Of
do this?
killing the alchemist?
I have my reasons.
I'm
Are
gonna.
you? Yeah.
I'm gonna take a few steps back, just slowly. I just want to take a look around at everything. Calcifer, Seelia, Takumi, this guy, the surroundings. I just want to thoroughly investigate everything as best as I can.
Looking for anything in particular, or just...
It's a paranoia search. It's searching for
Okay.
anything that's just
You
weird.
see nothing out of place. Wa,
Yes.
you see a blue glint in the distance.
I'm gonna. How far in the distance?
Far enough away that it's faint. Deep in the jungle.
Does anyone else see it?
You are the only one who seems to be paying attention to it.
Who's right next to me?
Calcifer.
Okay, I'm just gonna tap Calcifer and point in the direction of it.
He stares and then looks back at you with a confused expression.
I will head to the light. Slowly. Slowly head towards the light.
Alright, and as you do so, you go deeper and deeper and deeper into the jungle. and you find a blue campfire out of the sight at this point of everyone else. By the time you three look back, Wara's gone. While there's this blue campfire, two logs sat either, well, two stumps, sorry, sat at either side of it.
I'm going to approach it, obviously. When you say the stumps either side of it, are they like stumps that you can sit down on?
Yes, yeah, that seems to be the intention.
Oh, I'm sitting down on one of those stumps.
And as you do, a blue flash will appear in front of you. You will see the young apothecary. The apothecary that looks very similar to the one you met in Ocean's Edge, but younger. Same facial structure, but no grey beard, no glasses.
Are
Hey, are you looking for someone?
We're all looking for someone.
I hear you're looking for an angel.
Then you may have heard correctly.
And a brother?
Again, you have heard correctly.
And a weapon?
A weapon?
Or am I a little bit ahead again?
I think you might be a little bit ahead again.
Well, then,
whatever that means.
Why don't you walk at my pace? And he will reach out his hand.
Oh, I'm going to take the hand.
And instantly, you are flashed away. And ladies and gentlemen, I have been informed. Unfortunately, War has to depart us early.
I've had a bit of an emergency with my travelling come up. So I have to try and rearrange transportation to the airport.
And that is fine. So we're going to go on a small break whilst I transfer us over to 4 cameras. So War, take now the opportunity to shout out what I know you have to shout out.
Oh yeah, hi guys. I've got a tournament coming up for Mario 64 starting next week. Entrants are closed, but feel free to come check it out next Wednesday, 3 p.m. EST. I'll be in the States at that time, hopefully, providing I can get this issue sorted out. So yeah, that's that. Yeah. Much love to you all. Thank you so much for having me here.
We will see you back on Trinity Isle in about
safe travels.
6 weeks.
Yeah, 6 weeks.
Yep.
But yes.
Cool.
We will catch up with Wa, and Wa, you will take the beginning of the next episode so we can have a little moment to sort of, make sense why the fuck he suddenly disappeared.
Yeah.
But this is fine. The show will go on. We're gonna go to Be Right Back before Wa leaves and fucks up the cameras. And I'm gonna leave the mics on. So
do it. Fuck it up.
If people want to talk to the chat, this is your opportunity. Ask any questions, any theories. We'd love to hear it. But we will be back for the edit in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Trinity Isle after that little break. And we're going to catch up right where we left off.
The deafened icons.
Yeah, I know. I just put that in. I see it. Don't worry. I'm just making sure it's properly sized.
Okay.
But yes, we are back.
Oh no, foreshadowing. Oh no!
What could happen?
We are going to go right back to where we left off with Takumi talking to a familiar, shadowy, assassin-looking figure with Calcifer, Kretash, and Seelia watching the conversation. If you two would like to step in, do so now, or we will go back to the conversation. Kretash, obviously you've stepped back in your very paranoid sense.
I mean, I
Yeah, but do you want to say anything more, or to the assassin before he starts again?
no.
In which case he
Just
will look
vibes.
back to Takumi. You've got a choice to make. And you realise that, don't you?
Yes. Although, please enlighten me.
That depends on what you want to know.
I know I should seek the alchemist before you get to them, should I want to be rid of this. I know this is of the corrupted weave that Soldakin uses.
He doesn't
That's as
use
much as I
it
got.
all in time, my friend.
Hmm.
Talisman knows that one of you holds the corrupted weave. I won't tell him
Yeah.
which one. I don't want to spoil the surprise.
Thought so.
Just remember this
What?
about Talisman. If he remembers you, it's a bad sign.
Surely.
And he will look over to Seelia.
What does Talisman want to do with the person who has the corrupted weave? Soldakin's weave.
I don't know. He doesn't tell me that kind of thing. It's not my place. I'm just a sword to him.
He
Is
wouldn't
that all
tell
you
us
want
even
to
if
be?
he did.
Wait.
You're smart, wizard. You really are a student of Thorel. That slimy little get. I didn't like him the second I saw him. But he helped us raise the dead. I'm a lot less lonely now.
Are you what exactly are you to the situation? You said you were a sword, but like
I'm a
sword
memory.
for hire?
A memory of a former man. Killed by grief and sacrifice. I look to regain my memories. All I know is it's linked to that red dragonborn your friend turned into. Where is he, by the way?
Red Dragonborn?
Right? Our
What?
friend turned into?
For clarification,
Ah, that was when Wa turned into a thing to
He
scare.
used his terraform, yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
But yes, where is he? I wanted to compliment him on his technique.
gone.
Gonna look around. Can't see.
There is no sign of Wa.
He was just here. Might have wandered off.
Would I have seen what happened given I was looking for weird shit?
Yeah, like, it's almost as though you kind of blinked a few times, and when you look back to Wa, there was no sign of him whatsoever. As though he wasn't even standing there in the first place.
Interesting.
Is this all you want to be reduced to? Just a sword? Fighting with these people?
Killing's
Doing
what
these-
I'm good at, and they give me people to kill. That's all I remember from my past life. I was a killer, and I was damn good.
Can
You
we
see no
help you
issue
get...
with that?
Okay.
There's no issue in killing. Gets your heart beating, well, metaphorically.
Metaphorically? I'm just gonna like take a step closer in that direction. I don't know.
I'm a
Think
memory.
there's
I don't have a beating heart. Keep up.
I'm gonna do something stupid.
Doesn't have to be this way.
No.
Um,
No?
Can I go,
What
like,
about to do?
close?
What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Celia's about to do something really stupid, and I want to know what this is.
Can I go
Oh.
like closer to them both? Like, what's
I mean,
the...
yeah, you can step closer.
Can I stand next to Soren? Like, in kind
And
of.
he's gonna watch you as you do.
I'm gonna very slowly, like, slowly reach out and see if he's gonna stop me.
With
like,
which hand?
Uh, uh,
I wanna say left. Left? I wanna say left.
As you do, he will grab your wrist. And he will look at you. You're a bit young to go grey.
Ah. I pissed off someone who wanted me to drink something.
He reaches for your other hand. Show me them both.
If you're done laughing, unhand her.
Oh, that's good.
Do tell so we can laugh along?
You have Sildaken's mark. I wonder,
What?
how many years have you got left? How much of your soul is left?
What does this mean? What does his mark mean?
He takes in moments of weakness. When you are closest to him, he takes. Luckily, your friend over here is immune with his corrupted weave. Sildaken cannot detect those who use it. But you got close to him. He marked you. He took something from you. And from the look of your face, your hair, you look older.
Well, not much I could do about it,
To be lucky.
sadly.
Sometimes he takes other things. Memories.
Did he take yours?
Oh, I doubt it. It's not the same. And he doesn't take your memories. He does something much worse. He makes other people forget you. Loved ones. Family. Soon you'll be a ghost to all of them. They won't even remember your name.
I don't really have too many people that know my name to begin with, so it's not too big of a loss.
That's probably why he took your life then. Right, well, this has been fun. I gave you a couple hours head start. You've made camp, you've done well. First once the alchemist gets to kill him.
If we get first, can we not kill him? Like,
When I see him, he's going to die.
We'll stop you.
You've already
As many
tried
times
that.
as it takes.
I'm gonna, like, is he still holding my hands?
No, he's let go at this point.
When does he let go? Like, it.
Sort of when he was like, right, okay.
Okay. Well, I'm going to. I'm sorry. I'm just going to use both my hands to cup one of him and say, like, yeah, I'll see you there. Go back.
He sort of pulls his hand away. Friendship won't save you. By the way, I overheard people are looking for you. And he'll look to
Who?
Kretash. They miss you. It's awfully hot. I still have connections to hell. Just thought you should know. And with that, you will sort of leap up, and Cassiopeia, you will come soaring back towards the camp. And as you do, you will see 4 figures standing on the ground, and you will see this sort of shadowy figure hopping from tree to tree into the jungle.
Okay, I will land near my fellow party members, if that's what I'm seeing.
And you will see Kretash, Takumi with a glowing purple hand, Seelia, and Calcifer the Minotaur.
Hello.
Cassiopeia. Hi.
Welcome. Good to see
Thank
you're
you.
back.
It's good to see that you're all back too. Except why did he die?
You
Doesn't
wish.
seem, doesn't
Or I
seem
wish.
that way.
Okay. That's good to know.
Calcifer will look over at you, and he
Hello.
will nod, and then in Sylvan he will say, "It is good to see you, bird friend."
It's also good to see you, Minotaur friend. She'll say back in Sylvan.
Thank you for keeping Borodar
Definitely.
safe.
Who?
Thank you very much.
For keeping who safe?
Borodar.
I'm sorry, who?
And he will look to He will look to Kretash. Sorry, I'm reading.
To Malachi! Oh my god, he's in the campaign as well!
He will look to Kretash.
Wait,
And
who's playing Malachi?
And Borodar is a word you do
Voiced
not.
by Ruby.
Borodar is a word you do not recognize. It is not Sylvan.
She'll look at Kretash and repeat the word. Borodar.
Borodar? Who or what is a Borodar?
You will walk up to Kretash. Brother.
Did
Brother?
did wait? Who just?
He
did
says
Calcifer just-
in common, brother.
Oh no.
Are you two related? The resemblance is uncanny.
In Sylvan, he will respond in all but blood.
I
Oh.
see.
You saved my life. You all did. Family protects family.
Of course.
I'm just gonna simply
Fast and Furious.
give him a bow.
He will put his sort of fisted hand on his chest and bow to you. And he will say to Cassiopeia, Borodar, it is the language of my people.
Oh. What does it mean?
It means brother.
Oh, that makes sense.
I am tired.
Cassiopeia appears to be deep in thought.
Floor is open to the rest of you.
And then she looks like she has an idea.
Oh god.
And she's suddenly beaming. But she doesn't
Cassie?
say anything. She whispers to Takumi, I think I came up with a nickname, finally.
And after such a long time, a kind of smile will kind of return to Takumi's face. What are you thinking of? What you got?
We will find out in due time.
Thank you. Thank you. You're helping me feel better already.
Oh, were you not feeling well before?
No. No, I wasn't.
Oh, what happened?
I'll
She looks
explain.
you over for wounds.
You will see the glowing purple hand.
Oh, is your hand okay?
No. That's what I want to talk to you all about.
Oh,
Can we have a group discussion as I look over to everyone else except Cassiopeia.
Yeah, of course.
Casper will nod.
I'll just look at Kretash.
Kretash will nod.
I will walk over, sit back down at the log I was sitting at earlier. As I'm sure the rest of you are already aware, I'll just catch Cassie up. When you left, Seelia and I went out into the forest following glowing lights. We saw Moonstone. Seelia touched the Moonstone, then I touched the Moonstone, and it dissolved and turned into a glowing purple shard.
Oh,
And then that's when my hand started to glow more due to the corrupted weave that's inside me. And
corrupted
while
weave. We need to get
yes,
you to a hairstylist, Doc, after that joke. I was considering this. Sorry, she doesn't say that.
was that in character or out of
I'm
character?
gonna
Please
vomit.
Oh, out of character. She
I'm gonna
doesn't- she doesn't
vomit.
say
Please
that.
tell me. Please tell me that was in.
I'm gonna take a full d20 of psychic damage and just make sure I kill myself from that one. My god.
Was that in character or not? I need to
That
know.
was not. No, I believe.
Okay, okay.
I
And-
don't think Cassiopeia knows what a weave is.
I don't think so.
And
Oh, maybe.
while you were flying back to us, I'm sure you've noticed a certain figure darting around the tree. He
I
was,
noticed something.
yeah, that was Salreth, the assassin we fought in the sewers earlier. He
Oh.
showed up here. He was talking to me and all of us. He told us that there's an alchemist that can save me, and I presume can also help save Wa. I'm not sure on that one, but for me, definitely. And Salreth is on his way to go kill him. If we lose the alchemist, then I have no future.
We should probably get to the alchemist in that case. Where
I
is
would very-
Wa, by the way?
I'd very much like to, but Wa, I haven't seen him. Have any of you seen anything related to him?
He was probably also abducted by a fucking god. Who knows?
That wouldn't surprise me.
It's been known to happen a few times, I believe. I believe he'll find his way back to us, just as Celia did, just all the same.
I mean, there was less of me apparently coming back, but hey.
Where's
All-
the rest
Why
of
is a
you?
big
All we
personality
can do
so
is
maybe
hope.
you can handle it.
All we can do is hope. That's what I'll choose to do.
Okay.
Apparently,
Shall we-
we have some of a head start. I don't know where else to find this alchemist. I'm hoping we'll find some lead. I don't know.
Well, let's start looking.
Do any of you have any ideas? As I look to the rest of the group.
I mean, the hag did mention an alchemist, but
Ooh. I have her candle. I
that is not good, Cassiopeia.
have her candle. Oh, that's not good? Why?
Because that means she doesn't like us anymore, probably. Because people don't like things being taken from them while they're using them.
She'll pull out the candle. Maybe the hag is inside the candle.
The candle is still ever lit, flickering, dancing in the wind as the sun begins to set.
Oh, it's pretty.
I'm trying to look at my notes and see what she said about the.
Can I? Yeah.
Uh,
While
Oh, I remember that she said that the alchemist was exiled, but I'm not really.
I remember a little bit, but I can't say that because I don't know that.
Can I roll a remembrance?
Well, I mean, like that is pretty much like they were exiled from Neelis Arena, and have been living out.
Was it into the forest?
They have been living in the Enchanted Forest ever since.
Yes, I know that. So, yeah, the alchemist have been exiled, and they're living in the enchanted forest. So that's probably
Ooh.
where we're gonna find them. But
Isn't
the
that
enchanted
where
forest is
we are?
It's where we are, yeah. We're in the middle of it.
well.
Hmm.
Well, let's begin searching in that case.
It's a big area.
What do
Surely there has to
alchemists
be a
leave
lead
behind?
Sorry, what?
Do alchemists leave anything behind when they travel?
Anything that would help identify them that they went along this path, pretty much. Did any of you know anything? Anything
Except for I
that
want to
can help?
inspect the grass.
It is green, and it has
I want to see if any of it's been transmuted into anything else by chance.
It has not. The grass has
Cassiopeia will
not
look
been
disappointed.
transmuted.
Well,
If
the
I
grass
had
looks normal.
if I had Crowley, I could send her to look around, but I don't.
Hmm.
I can go look around.
Don't you
We
need
will.
Forest.
Yeah.
We'll have to start somewhere. If anyone's tired, they can rest at camp.
Calcifer
Anyone's down.
will look
Hmm?
to Cassiopeia. The forest is too big for one to search. Too many secrets. Hidey holes.
Hmm.
It is dangerous. Full of beasts.
Mm. Maybe I can gather information.
Hmm.
I can talk to the beasts after all.
Probably shouldn't go alone. Someone should go with you. I can go with you. In any case.
I'm
Okay.
far
we
too
can-
exhausted to use any spell power for the rest of the day, I think. I need to have a sleep.
What
Fair.
time is it?
The sun is setting.
Right then.
Would I don't know if we would have any luck looking when it's dark.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, this is just a lot to process.
think the one with the best chance of finding anything in the dark is me, and I don't like my odds.
Should we try come morning? Come tomorrow?
I need rest. You all need rest. And I need to study.
I am going to look at you when you say study.
I'm just gonna rattle the tinderbox around.
Well,
Okay.
in any case, we'll rest tonight. Do we have any plans for tomorrow?
I will talk to the beasts.
Bee? Like
By
the
the way,
birds?
Cassiopeia, what did you find while you were searching around earlier? I don't think we asked.
No, we
Nothing
do not.
useful. Only dead ends.
Any trouble? You
A
seem
little
fine.
bit. I was almost killed, I think. Or I had that feeling,
What?
but it did not end up happening.
By
By what?
whom?
But there's a settlement further down south. I think I accidentally invaded.
What?
But don't worry, we're on friendly terms now. They recognize my face.
I'd
That
hope so.
I talked to a very large tree creature.
Hmm.
I think they call themselves the tribe of Bahul.
Bahal.
Correct.
Bahal.
Bahul. Bahul. Dollar
Cassiopeia,
store.
I've never heard your voice go like that.
The name behooves me.
Oh,
Wait, was it
Bahal.
was it Buhal?
Yeah,
Bahal.
B-A-H.
Oh, Bahal.
B-A-H-A-L.
Ah. I think Cassiopeia would just probably say Bahul because she doesn't remember. The tribe of Bahul.
Okay.
I think. It doesn't
Okay.
sound quite right.
Okay.
Bahal.
Yes, that.
My mother and father were from there.
Oh. Were? Are they no longer?
They are asleep.
Oh. I hope they have a good rest.
As do I. They left Bahal to travel to the Trinity Isle on a pilgrimage.
Hmm.
They had me on the road. They trained me to fight for the Great Tree, for Clan Bahal.
So you remember?
We were attacked, enslaved by kobolds and people wearing red dragon symbols. I was saved by the blacksmith who made me his son. And he was killed in the Ocean's Edge attack.
Oh.
Bled to death after you saved me. His wife is cruel. She is not family, therefore she is not my home.
Yep, I see.
This is in Sylvan, right?
Yes, this
What's
is
he
all
saying,
Sylvan.
Cassiopeia? Yeah, I was just about to ask what's he saying, Cassiopeia.
No family to go to. No home. The blacksmith who took him in apparently bled out during the Ocean's Edge attacks.
I'm just gonna walk up to him and put a hand on his shoulder.
Cassiopeia will look at Kretash do this, and she'll mimic the movement. If it looks like that our friend gets any sort of...
Does
It
And
looks like it satiates him a bit.
Does my Borida have family? He is asking to
That
Cassiopeia
is-
to translate.
Ah. Borida, do you have any family?
I have you guys, I guess.
Can't he speak common? Why is he doing this?
He can't speak common. He can understand
Oh,
common, but he can't
He,
Oh,
speak
he
he
it.
can
can't speak it.
understand it, but he can't fluently
Oh.
speak it.
Damn, like, I thought he was just choosing not to speak common for, like, no reason.
No,
Like,
no.
let's see translate.
He was being
No.
yeah. So to
Oh,
go
okay,
to go
okay.
back many episodes, the blacksmith was teaching him common because
Yeah.
they'd only taken him in recently.
Mm.
But
Oh,
he
okay,
had
okay.
learned how to understand words, but he can't pronounce them.
Okay. In that case-
I'm gonna. I love how we're just doing a chain of things because, like, on the "You're My Family," I'm just gonna go to Kretash and put a hand on his shoulder.
I will. From where I am, I will look at Calcifer and just give like a very sympathetic, empathetic smile. Not too exaggerated.
I'll
but I
give
will.
I'll give Seelia like just a little hug and head off to my my tent. Well, the tent that I was reading in.
Mm-hmm.
Cassiopeia will remove her wing from Calcifer's shoulder.
Will you need protection tonight?
Cassiopeia blushes. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
That question could have been phrased very differently, and it could have gone a very different direction.
She does not. Okay, that's my joke. I apologize.
Trinity Isle episode 20. Calcifer flirts with Cassiopeia. do we? I'm not gonna say.
God, first one, now Cassiopeia. God, everyone's getting a piece of Calcifer.
Sure, look at Calcifer. Are you offering?
Just stay away from your brother, okay? Back off.
I am happy to take first watch.
That would be very kind of you. I will take the first sleep, and she will go.
He will sit on the log and then go back to sharpening his axe.
Are there any like tree branches or things around that I can perch myself
There are
on?
many trees in
I'm
this
sure there
enchanted
are. I'm
jungle.
certain.
Okay, she's gonna fly up into the canopy somewhere and hide herself out of view, fading into the nighttime sky,
Okay.
and
You are-
fall asleep immediately.
Very nice. Seelia and Takumi, what do you two do with the remaining of your time?
I'll let Celia go first. I
No,
need to
you
find.
go first, please. I need to.
All right, sure. I will turn back around and wait, first did Calcifer respond to my gesture in any way
He
along
nodded,
with it
he nodded,
along with
he nodded, and then responded to Cassiopeia.
right. I will turn around, look at the night sky or setting sky, whichever one it is. What do I see all the way up there?
The typical night sky. You can identify the North Star, but that's pretty much it.
Okay. I will take a sigh, wipe the dried up tears off around my eyes. I will. I'd like to continue making progress reading my book before I sleep. I was reading the dragon book. I find what I got last time.
Mm-hmm.
Book.
You
Has to be here somewhere. I just need to find where I left off in the book.
whilst he does that,
Very, very quickly, I'm gonna Sorry, Kretash is gonna stick his head out. Where is everybody?
current,
Are people in tents or are people like out? In the
currently,
open?
So you're able to see Cassiopeia like settling in the trees before being disguised by the sparkling of her wings. As the sun sets beyond the horizon, you see little flickering lights coming out, sort of sparkling, beginning to flow around as though the forest has come to life in the night. Seelia and Takumi at this point are at the fire, and Calcifer is sat on the log.
I am gonna actually make my way towards the tent where Kretash is.
Okay. Kretash, you'll see Seelia approaching.
Not to
Uh, what? So I'm gonna be like a little quiet with this, but like, what did you mean earlier by who's listening?
Well, I told you that he's got Strahd in his head.
Yeah. Also, at this point, like, are you like sitting in the tent or what is?
I'm in the tent still. I've got my I've just poked my head out, but I'm by the entrance of the tent. But I'm in the tent for the moment.
Okay, I will. In that case, I guess bend so that I can be at eye level. I don't know. Yes.
Yes, Strahd is trapped. appears contained. Through what he has managed to build a bridge from where he is to where we are. Now, Strahd's reach is limited for now.
Would the rest of us hear this?
No.
No,
This sounds very hushed.
This is whispered. This is like low volume.
Very.
He has the ability. Well, he's had the ability to get into my head. He's had the ability to get into Wa's head. Outside of that, I don't know what he can do.
Did what did he do in your head?
He spoke to me.
Okay. And what does Strahd wants out, but is that about it?
I don't know exactly what, but I think that through Wa, he may have found a way to free himself, or find someone to free him.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so what
Which is
Wano
why I don't like anybody talking about things in front of Wa, because if, yes, anything Wa knows, Strahd can know. There is a linked bridge there.
in that case, I'm just gonna do this to kind of
I'll shift over. There's
shift
there's
over.
there's just enough room in the tent for two, from what I
Yeah,
from what's
like
up as of last time.
it's tight fit, but they're designed for one. They can fit two, but it's a tight fit.
Well, in that case, we're really not gonna wanna tell Wa anything about the necklace.
I am aware, which is why I told him that I would tell him anything pertinent. The necklace is not pertinent.
What is pertinent? Me in out of care. What is
Important. Urgent or important.
So speaking of family, I'm kind of related to the owner of the necklace, apparently.
You trust me with this information?
I'm just gonna nod.
What do you mean? I'm related.
Depending on who you ask, I am the owner of the necklace. Apparently.
So that sounds like an inheritance to me? Is that what I'm understanding?
More so a claim of sorts to something that the necklace relates to.
Are you going to keep beating around the bush and have me move on from this line of questioning, or are you going to tell me?
I think you know? Do you not know? Do you not get it? Or So
We
how are you?
we know. Hang on, I gotta. We know that the crown is connected to. The necklace is connected to the crown. Do we? Is that for clarification? Do we know that the crown is the crown? The crown of the Queen of Nil Serena?
All you saw was an elf wearing a crown-like circlet wielding the necklace.
No, we know because like in the forest they told us. Or you're talking about Neela Serena's queen's crown.
Yes, we did have a conversation about that. So from that, I would be able to work out. Interesting.
I will let you deduce in, like, because the thing is, I can't tell you what Kretash can work out based on how his mind works.
Yeah, and obviously, like, he is highly intelligent, and I have to discern whether
Yeah, based on the
he would
knowledge
be able to.
both
Based
I
on the
and the other
knowledge, I
members of the
think it
cast
would.
have given you, it is up to you to decide what you deduce.
I believe he would know, or he
Then-
would be able to deduce theoretically that would be what she's referring to, given her hesitance, especially.
Then roleplay that as you see fit.
Yeah.
I believe I understand what you're saying. I don't know what to make of this information, though.
That makes. Yeah. Go.
No, keep going.
That makes two of us. Mannerington told me.
See. I am going to keep watch with Calcifer while I work on this, and I'm gonna like rat up the tinderbox and the water skin around while I study these. Let me think on it.
Oh, okay. And
I just
yeah.
I need to process everything correctly and in the proper amount of time.
Okay. If you want to, I can take first watch with Calcifer.
No, that's okay. I sleep less than most, so I I can work later and take the second sleep.
Okay.
Well, I trance. I only need 4 hours of sleep, whereas the rest of you need 8.
Okay. Well, in that case, have a safe watch.
Good night. I'm sure someone will wake you when it's your turn for watch.
Okay.
I'm
You
gonna
can.
head out and I'm gonna sit next to Calcifer.
Alright. Takumi, what do you do with your evening? Have you discovered the book that you were looking for?
Yes, dragons and bloodlines. Last thing I got from the book, I learned of layers and dens of dragons. Gem prefers seclusion. Chroma like mountains. Rocks hoard. Metallics hold dens near civilizations. That's what I last left off at with the
Hey.
book Dragons and Bloodlines.
And as you read onward, you learn of the abilities that dragons have and what they inherit. All dragons have the ability to shapeshift in a sense. They have their draconic form, their form of purity and power, and each of them can transform themselves into humanoid forms as well. Most pick elves to sort of match their long life, However, others have been known to pick societies that they enjoy. Some have even transformed into orcs and Goliaths and gone on pilgrimages to find new layers whilst hiding their identity. You also learn that the natures of different dragons that they inherit. Green dragons are typically conniving and masterminds of tactics. This is used in good to help defend and lead armies. It can also be used to manipulate and become political leaders. Black dragons are evil, but they are honest. A black dragon will not lie about their intentions. Red dragons are greedy. They stockpile treasures, and they keep them for themselves. But they are also understanding, and often employ kobolds to do their work for them. But it is at this time I am afraid that you are slowly beginning to fall into slumber. If there is anything else you'd like to do before you sleep, say now.
Yes, I would like to shut the book. I would also like to go have a word with Kretash, but I see Malachi's not there right now.
Yeah.
So what I'd like to do before I go up to Kretash, I'd like to set out my bedroll. Is there like a fire or
I mean,
like a fire?
there's the fireplace outside, like the pit.
Yeah, and is Calcifer near that one working
Yeah,
on his?
he's sat on the log, no longer running the whetstone along his blade. He is simply watching up one side of the road and then up the other. And you can sort of
Right.
see that he looks up every so often as you see little glowing creatures, not fireflies, but creatures flying about.
Okay.
He
I
looks
will.
content.
Yeah. Awesome. He's content. He's fine. I'll set up my bedroll near the fireplace so I have some heat to keep me comfortable. And when Malachi gets back, I will finish setting up my bedroll and approach him.
Alright. Cassiopeia, what would you like to do? Are you just falling straight asleep once you hit the treetops, or would you like to do
Oh
anything
yeah, she's
immediately
heading
once
straight to
you're there?
bed.
Alright. In which case, the starlight glistens across your feathers, and you feel the night breeze as you see the celestial being of the moon begin to rise over the treetops and start to light Trinity Isle all the way from the horizon where the trees go still. And you recognize and you sort of count the constellations by name, you sort of as if you are counting sheep. And then you feel yourself drift off into sleep, and for the moment at least, you are in peace. Seelia, when you're in the tent, what would you like to do, or are you just going straight to bed as well?
Yeah, I'm pretty much just going to take out the, I don't know, bedspread, bed thing.
Bedroll.
I don't know, bedroll, and I'm gonna like put it as close to the corner, like of the wall
Yeah.
of the tent, so that I can be against it. And I'm gonna go to sleep facing the huddled into the
Yeah.
corner.
And you fall asleep, and as you do, in your mind, you sort of play back the lullabies that you would have been sung as a child. Don't give me that look. Not bad
Okay,
yet.
no,
It's not
no,
bad yet. You're sort of playing back the lullabies that you and your friend had learnt together. It fills you with a sense of joy, but also a little bit of missing. And you remember that each note perfectly, as you rehearse them many, many times over the years. And you feel the amulet around your neck, the necklace, safely in your grasp, and you fall asleep. And now we wait for Malachi.
okay, okay. Are we waiting for him so that you
Well,
can say Devin?
No, because Takumi wants to speak to him.
Okay, thank God. Because like you just like fixing up the Devin icon earlier was like
It wasn't on the 4-person screen because
okay.
we used this one a very long time ago before we had the icon. Kretash, as
I didn't do
you
it.
not yet, you haven't. As you
Okay.
sit next to Calcifer, Takumi comes up to you.
Okay.
Hey,
Takumi.
hey, I just have a question about something I've picked up on and noticed earlier today. If you'd let me know of this, it would help. I will sit down. When we were speaking with Wa, when we entered the camp, it sounded like he was trying to hide the name of the one that's taken him. Is there anything else up with him that I or the party should know about? Like, he was looking like he was trying to hide something. Is there anything up with that I don't know of that I should know of?
You mean the one in his head? You mean
Yeah.
Strahd?
Yeah.
We've uh, it's hard to say. I don't know everything that's going on in his head. I have limited knowledge of their connection. Nothing that immediately comes to mind.
Okay. He just seemed like we shouldn't mention his name. Should we not mention the name or not say something to him about it or
He
like when
he
it
is a
comes to communicating
little.
with law, is there anything we need to not do or do certainly or
Yes, I was meaning to talk to you about this now that my brain is finally caught up again. Uh, I would have preferred if you hadn't mentioned the bomb that you are. Strahd has the ability to listen in if he desires. Strahd knows everything that Wa knows, so anything that we don't want Strahd to know, we can't let Wa know,
okay.
which quite often means leaving him in the dark. And I should have thought to bring this up beforehand, and that's entirely on me that I completely forgot, but it's happened now. But for future reference, if you don't want the most evil vampire in the world to know something, don't tell Wa.
Certainly. Right. Now I know. Thanks for clearing that up.
Yes.
That's all I needed. If there's
Yes.
nothing else, I'm gonna go to bed.
Yes, get some rest. We all need it.
Yeah. I'll nod and head up and go over to my bedroll
All right.
near Calcifer and near the fireplace outside.
And you go to sleep. Kretash,
Is it coming?
Kretash, what do you do with your evening? On your time on what? The floor is entirely yours.
I'm gonna look at fucked up crystals. Um,
Describe your experimentation.
well, for starters, I just need to not touch the fucking thing. I'm gonna start with the moonstone itself.
Okay.
I want to inspect it.
All right.
Obviously I know its strength, its resilience. I know that it's strong enough to withstand quite an amount of force, but once it reaches that force, it becomes like butter.
Mm-hmm. as you hold this sort of about the size of your palm crystal, how do you wish to study it? What are you looking for?
I'd like to get. I want to see if I can tap into its connection to the weave, if possible.
And how would you like to do that? To do so would, like, you would have to use your magic in some way. Similar
I would have to. I would
you
have
would
to
an
use my
arcane,
magic.
yeah. Similar as you would an arcane focus, you know, you need to put your magic into it to see how it reacts.
I'd like to start. Let's cast fucked up. Okay, I'm gonna start with oh God, this is not the right time to be trying this.
Oh god.
Dim light at 10-foot radius. Dim light at a 10-foot radius is not going to be more light than the fire's putting. So if I put these into the fire, I can simply test the crystal's reaction. I'd like to cast dancing lights, but I would like to spawn the lights above, just like basically touching the fire.
Okay. And
I want
describe
to see how the crystal reacts to it.
describe how you cast this visually, what the spell looks like in your mind.
So I start with, like, I've got the crystal in my palm. I start with my fist clenched, and I sort of slowly open as if to, like, slowly brighten the dimmer on a light, and slowly create this glow. You know, I look deeply into this area, and I say, you know, shine for me. And this small, like, purplish, but also not purplish. This bluish, but also slightly greenish glow.
Yeah.
Will sort of emanate.
And as you do so, as you sort of reach forward onto the fire to conjure up these dancing flames to light the way, you can feel you are not tapping into magic as you do through your spellbook. You are tapping into the crystal itself. You're looking at your spellbook. You're using it the same way you normally would, with the crystal in your other hand, and you can feel it is effortless how you cast this. It's almost like you are drawing it from the crystal itself. That is the magic, and you feel closer to your magic than you have ever felt before. It is though you and one are the same. You feel like you are amongst the weave, and these lights shine, dancing. And as they do, you see little pixies fly down from the trees. They dance around the fires, leaving little sparkles that fizzle out into nothingness. And you hear their light gigglings and laughter, children's laughter. And as your spell ends and the light dissipates, these pixies fly up to you, shake your finger as though they're shaking a hand. They bow or curtsy, and they flutter off once again into the enchanted forest, getting lost in the sparklings of fireflies, fairies, pixies, the moonstone gems that dot the surface. The trees themselves glow with a magic light. And the crystal swirls in your hand, the milky wisp swirls in your hand.
But does it look dimmer at all? Does it look
No.
like a part of it has been used?
No. From what you learn and the information you've gained, and I will allow you to keep experimenting or deducing however you see fit. This crystal, from this experiment, the crystal enhanced the ability to cast magic, not the spell itself, but your ability to cast. It felt easier. Your magic felt stronger. In you. I will reiterate, the spell wasn't empowered anyway, it wasn't more majestic.
It wasn't more powerful.
But it felt more natural to you, I guess is the best way to put it. It felt more instinctual.
Okay.
Instinctive, sorry.
Next test. Something with a little more oomph. I would like to try casting false life through this crystal.
Once again, describe visually how the spell is cast, and then visually what it looks like as you perform it.
This is far more abrupt than the majesticness of Dancing Lights. This is very much me reaching out and through this crystal throwing the life around me into myself, empowering myself.
Okay, and again, you read your book, you follow the instructions within, and then you place your hand on your chest, sort of, where you have taken many hits before, and you feel yourself stronger. And once again, it doesn't feel like you've gained extra, but you are casting this like you have casted it 1,000 times. You are casting it like you have seen your grand masters at the college cast spells. Years and years of training and perfection mastered by a student.
My next question is, did I lose a spell slot?
Yes, you did.
I did. Okay. Worth a shot. Worth a shot. Hey, I gotta find everything I can, right?
It is. It is.
It didn't feel more powerful, so it won't up damage.
What you did
But
feel,
it's simply
what you were able to feel, is that you have some experience in studying focuses and such. You know how people use orbs, stars, wands, sometimes little crystals. It feels very similar to that which you have studied. And at the same time...
Would you say...
Yep, yeah.
Would you say it feels like a more pure form of arcane focus?
Yes. Cool. And
that's what I was thinking.
For the first time, and this is probably the most significant, for the first time, you've heard and read in books wizards who become one with the weave. Sorcerers who have it since birth within them, wizards who master it like a skill, druids who become intact with the weave through their nature, bards who use it to write songs and paint pictures, warriors who use it to empower them and their soul. And for the first time in your life, you don't feel like you are using the weave. You feel like that you could almost feel it in you, like it was a physical thing. You feel a bit warmer.
think that's all I'm going to do with that for now. I would like to have a conversation with, well, we say conversation, really, well. I'm going to briefly speak to Calcifer while I'm doing this. In a soft tone. Actually, Takumi, how far away is Takumi?
Takumi is like on the other side of the fire.
Yeah, never mind. I am going to pull out the dagger. The black dagger.
Okay.
What was that? You said there was an inscription, didn't you? What does
The
that say?
name Volred.
Volred.
I believe I messaged it to you. On
You
the day.
did. Volred. That's not a name that I know. I really need... Oh, God, I need Seelia.
Wake me up inside.
Yeah, just wake any of us up. Like,
I'm
I
not
will,
going
say,
to...
I will say, you know, like, in terms of a long rest, that doesn't necessarily mean all 8 hours are sleep. They are sleep or very light activity. So, conversation, being
Which
on
includes,
watch,
like-
that still includes your long rest, because you can kind of, like, you know, you can get rest doing that. If there's an attack, that ends your long rest. Or if you do a big thing, like trying to do an event style action, that will break your long rest.
Yep. I'm terrified to touch the other crystal. I'm terrified to touch it. However, if it gets hit with an AoE effect that emanates after the fact, like after I've disconnected myself from the spell, I shouldn't have an issue.
You may experiment in the most creative ways you want to, and I will tell you
This is the problem. Like,
I will tell you if it is
so
possible.
terrified to touch this thing. There
As
is
you
a big
should.
part of me that just wants to go, tell me your secrets, but I know that that little bastard down there is going to fuck me up. Because of it.
Faster down where?
Crystal.
I was talking about,
Ah, yeah.
I was talking
okay.
about Takumi.
what am I gonna do? What am I
The
gonna do?
little bastard down
It's your
there.
power that fucked this crystal up!
That is your baby, Takumi, technically. You made it.
And
That crystal is your Calcifer.
Oh my
wait.
god.
I'm going to use my water skin to pick up this crystal.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Takumi. I am going to place it onto Takumi's.
I should have went in the other camp. Should went in the other. Oh, I mean, that probably wouldn't change it. We would just walk
Yeah,
right
you
in.
would just done it at the
Yeah,
time.
whatever.
Find
Yeah,
you.
what's the king gonna do? He will find me.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to very quickly, and it will be a tap and pull back.
Catch and release.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
I'm gonna leave it there for a bit. Nothing happens?
Nothing.
Calcifer's like, WTF is he doing?
He is watching, but he doesn't he trusts that Kretash knows what he's doing. But he
Yeah.
is a little confused.
I'm actually going to, because I'm gonna have this, excited expression. I hate his power. But this be able to make it more powerful. this might be able to allow him to control it better, is what I'm thinking. If the regular one works like that for me, I'm hoping
I
that
see.
the fucked up one might work the same for him. But I'm terrified to touch the fucked up one because I have no doubt that it will hinder me.
Are you saying this out loud?
In character or out of character?
It's
Loud or quiet?
Are you saying this to
I'm
Calcifer?
gonna say I'm saying this to Calcifer.
He will reach out his
Oh
hand.
god. Oh no. No, I will pull it away. I'll be like, no.
He will be insistent.
I could not risk severely harming you. I couldn't risk that. It's not worth that risk.
He will have a stern look in his face, and then he will look
I
down
appreciate-
he will look down at Takumi.
Do I describe
And
what?
then he will point at the crystal, and then at the ground. Dangerous.
I'm going to place the crystal on the ground and step back.
He will pick up his axe. And he will look at you for sort of a consent to do this.
It's hesitant. Wait.
Learning.
I'm going to...
Is Calcifer saying that in common?
Yes.
Can I begin to sort of drag Takumi away from this thing? Because he's kind of close to it. I want to just drag him away, like towards the
Takumi,
tents.
roll me a Constitution check.
Just straight con?
Just straight con.
Alright, 13 plus 4 equals
Oh shit.
17, which means
You wake
something.
up.
From
Which
what?
means
You wake
What-
up. It's like Takumi trying to do that wakes you up.
Takumi?
Who
Talk-
tried
Trying
to
to-
do that?
Kretash, sorry. Kretash trying to pull you away. 'Cause I'm managing 3 people here.
Yeah, I know.
Kretash trying to pull
okay.
you away wakes you up.
Yeah.
What's going on? Is something happening?
I'm sorry, Takumi. I'm just trying to move you out of a potential.
Here,
blast
I'll
radius.
I'll get up. I'll go to the other tent. All right, is that good?
That would be great. Do you have a shield? Very quickly.
Yeah, I always have one with me in battle.
Could you please give it to Calcifer? I'm so sorry.
What's going on?
You will see
Go ahead.
Calcifer holding
Well,
his
what-
axe
what-
over the
am I
crystal
waking
on the
up to?
ground.
We're testing.
You're experimenting.
This is
All right,
dangerous. We're experimenting. This is dangerous. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I couldn't risk you getting hurt.
Oh yeah, no, thank you. But if you just next time, just wake me up and I'll just go. It's fine. You don't need
sorry,
you don't
I'm
need
not
to
wake
drag me.
I was trying not to wake you. I'm sorry.
All right, yeah, that's understandable. All right, sure. You do what you think is best. Just all right.
Thank you.
Okay. My shield. I'll just rub my eyes a little. Yeah. I hope this comes back to me in one piece. If not, I'm gonna need another. But here,
I will
I'll give-
personally fund it. If it breaks, I will personally fund your next shield.
You don't have to go 100, but we'll sort this out. I'm sure it'll be fine here. Here's my shield. I'll give Kretash
I'm
my
gonna-
shield.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna hand it to Calcifer and insist that he take it for protection.
Calcifer will try. Like it's kind of the shield's a little too small for him, but like he
Yeah.
can kind of hold it a little bit, and he'll sort of hold it in front of his face, and he'll ready his axe.
I'm gonna go hide behind a tree. and
I
like
will.
watch
God.
this intently.
I'll pack up my bedroll and whatever else I had out there. I'll
And
get my bedroll, my backpack, whatever else.
It's gonna be so
Well,
anticlimactic when nothing happens.
whatever else is
But I
mine
would
that
rather
is
be safe.
astray. Yeah, yeah. And I'll go inside the other tent and set up in there, and uh, I'd like to see what happens. I'll set up. I'll see what happens.
Calcifer will bring his axe down, and you will hear this high-pitched ringing sound, sort of almost shockwave, from the
Transformers.
point of the prism. Seelia and Cassiopeia roll me Constitution.
Huh?
We're rolling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Straight con. Straight con.
Oh
Constitution
no!
check or saving throw?
Constitution check.
Check. Okay.
That's straight con.
What the- hold on.
14.
So I just go get my dice to initialize. Give me 1 second.
That's fine. Seelia, you are still asleep.
Okay. 20.
You wake up to this very annoying, high-pitched ringing sound.
Wait,
You
is
hear.
that 20? Oh wait, did you have advantage?
I shouldn't now. I can't see the dice rolls right now.
I was gonna
It's
say on
one roll.
Oh, okay, there it is. I was gonna say I saw the one that popped up on DMD Beyond, and that was a 4.
It's
But
4.
no, that's that one's no, the one on roll 20 is a 20.
Yeah, the roll 20. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you wake up to this very high-pitched ringing sound that then blasts off into the distance. That sort of emanates from where you know the camp is. And Kretash, I'm assuming you're gonna peek around. You will see that the axe head is firmly planted on the prism. And the swirling within it seems a little bit faster. The black wisp a little bit faster, and a little more vibrant.
I think we pissed it off.
Calcifer will pull his axe away, and there is no physical damage.
Can I look in the
Going to-
direction of the ringing?
Yep. You see Calcifer with a human-sized shield and an axe in hand. This
At a rotary phone.
and this sort of purple glow on the ground. Kretash hiding behind a tree. Takumi standing next to his tent.
Does it look like that there's a threat nearby?
That's for you to decide.
Can I roll a check of some sort to
No,
determine
you
that?
cannot. You need to decide as Cassiopeia whether you feel like this is a situation that is threatening.
Okay, can I insight check Takumi's facial expressions to see if he has one of deep concern for the current situation or if he looks relaxed?
Takumi, what is your facial expression?
So what I just saw and heard Calcifer hit the thing, and there's a ringing shockwave, and it's gone now.
Yes. And you two see like the black swirl is a little bit faster, the crystal's a little bit more, it's not glowing brighter, but like the purple itself is a bit more vibrant. Ever so slightly, but a noticeable change.
Okay.
I
have one final question.
Yes.
Have we had a long rest yet?
You're
If I
in the
wake up
middle
now?
you're in the midst of your long rest. It's like in the time Kretash has been experimenting and chatting, it's been about an hour at this point.
Okay. Okay, Cassiopeia will come down.
You will see Cassiopeia fluttering down onto the ground.
Sorry, Cassiopeia, I didn't mean to wake you up.
Is it okay? Did anything happen?
Hard to say. It looks like it's moving faster, but look, I'm trying to work out what these things are. This, and I'll sort of pull out the moonstone. This has amazing abilities and can connect me to my magic in ways that I've never felt before. That, on the other hand, I'm morbidly terrified of, but it could potentially help. But there's a chance that it won't.
What
And
would?
the crystal on the ground.
Oh, okay.
It's a dangerous entity that I am. It's not safe.
Do
Are
I
we
hear
safe?
this hushed conversation?
I believe it's just a normal conversation.
It's fairly normal. It's soft as to not potentially wake up the last remaining party member, but it's not. I think Takumi would hear it.
Okay.
Do you think it's safe to sleep?
Oh yes, you can go back to sleep. I'm sorry, and there won't be
Okay.
any more loud ringings throughout the night
That's okay.
that I caused.
Don't worry. Give me a loud ring if you need anything from me, I guess.
I guess I can do that.
I guess you will flutter away back to the canopy.
And
Just
you
a little bit further away than she was before.
Yeah. And as you perch, you once again count the constellations by name until you fall asleep.
137, 135.
Kretash and Takumi, we return to you.
I think that's all I'm game to do with this crystal for tonight. I don't really want to push my luck any further. Sorry for waking you again.
It's fine. We'll, like you say, we'll leave it at that for tonight.
Yeah. Anyway, you should go back, get some rest. I've got first watch anyway.
Yeah. Just 1 second. I'm gonna walk up to Calcifer.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say, is the shield still good?
It doesn't look harmed in any way to you. He
Well, if
will
you're done,
offer it back.
I will accept it graciously. Thank you, Calcifer.
And he will nod and put his axe sort of resting against the log.
I will give a light bow and head back into my tent and get in my bedroll.
And you begin to drift to sleep. Kretash, how do you spend your time on watch?
I'm just sort of actually gonna sit and chat at Calcifer, I guess, because he can't. There's not a lot he can do to respond. He only knows a little bit. But I'm gonna sort of sit and I'm gonna say, Calcifer, I am very glad that I was able to help you and the others. I've done a lot of bad things. I've done some horrible things. Some to people I care about. I don't even know what I plan to say from this, but I just I appreciate you. Gonna sit in silence for the rest of the night until my watch is over.
Honorable.
Not yet.
Sort of shakes his head at your remark.
I'm just gonna sit in silence for the rest of my watch. Yeah.
Okay. And hours will pass. The stars will shine, as will the glistening, sort of magical trees that surround you, and the nighttime life will thrive. And you will, through your watch, you will see a little orange glow in the canopies of the trees, and then go down towards the trunks and deeper into the jungle.
Did you see that, Calcifer?
He will look around and then shake his head at you.
Wait here. If you see a beam of frost shoot into the sky, wake the others up.
He will nod his head.
And I'm gonna slowly start heading towards that orange light.
And I would like everyone but Malachi to deafen.
There it is.
Yeah.
And I will message in our group chat when you may undeafen.
Okay.
Oh shit. Okay.
Kretash, you make your way into the enchanted forest.
Yep.
And you see this orange glow. And it disappears. And then it will appear in the other direction, and you follow it and it disappears. And eventually you can see the camp, but it's kind of disguised a little bit in the glowing moonstone. Kretash. My boy.
Do I recognize this voice? Like, how am I hearing this voice?
It is all around you.
All around me. Do I recognize it?
You don't recognize the voice, but you recognize the tone. It's raspy, but the way they speak is familiar.
Who are you? Where are you?
I am imprisoned in the depths of Avernus. But there are ways to make deals with the devils. And you'll see, like, in the bark of one of the trees, like, the bark itself will kind of mold into the face of your lost master. But his eyes will glow like fire. And whilst his features are recognizable, they are clearly altered. You
fucked
have
up.
gotten stronger. You and I both made mistakes. I should not have gotten you involved in Sorrel's
right
work.
to. You were right to. He needs to be stopped. I have to stop him.
We must prevent his formation. You know of Sirak, Vecna, other liches. You know what they are capable of.
I do.
What progress has been made since my death?
Actually, don't know. I know he came to Trinity Isle. The fire caused him problems. It set him back. But he found a shortcut on Trinity Isle. I believe he's back to where he was. I believe he may have even progressed further along than where he was. I don't know exactly how much. I know someone matching his description, or someone who someone else thought I would be interested in, was heading towards the Badlands. We are on the other side of the island. At the moment, we have, unfortunately, too many issues to deal with at once, and I dare say, as bad as he is, the problem we're facing is worse.
If Thorel becomes a lich, chaos will ensue.
I know. I need help. Can't do this on my own.
I may be able to assist you. Devils, demons, whatever I have become, they can make deals with the living, grant them power. You know of warlocks.
Yes.
I must gain standing with the devils to be able to do such an act. And I must be free from the shackles that the demons have laid upon me. If I can achieve these goals, if I can be freed from demon grasp and prove my servitude to the devils, you and I can make such a deal. And my deal will be fairer than that of any other. For there is only one soul I want.
And I'll hand it to you on a silver platter.
Find a way for me to reach you on the material plane. And find a way to help me weaken the demons. And I will handle the rest. It will take time. But perhaps you can stall Thorel. We must prevent him from becoming a lich, or the dead will never sleep.
How do you suggest I stall the demons? Or I interrupt the demons? Do you have any ideas?
There are those who deal with the demons on the material plane the same as they do the devils. It is through these deals that either side gain power. Find someone dealing with a powerful demon, stop them, and you may shift the balance enough for me to escape.
Shift the balance, you escape. I stop a demon deal.
And then it's simply up to me to prove my worth to the devils to grant me power. And it's up to you to find a way to summon me.
I
We
may
will
have already
not
found a way to summon you.
in haste, for I will not be able to contact you again until our deal is made.
Sir,
I'm not a sir to you anymore, Kretash. I am a lesser being now.
no. Your brain still knows much more than I can ever imagine. You will always be a sir to me. You were always a father to me.
And you were not only one of my greatest students in the short time that I taught you, but also the one with the most potential, the most powerful necromancer, but with a good heart. That is a rare and beautiful discovery. Remember this, Kretash. You are not only my greatest achievement, but the one I am most proud of. And slowly, Olnir, his visage in the tree, will disappear to you, becoming nothing
As
more
it
than a
does,
tree.
As it does, I will bow and head back to camp.
And as you do so, Calcifer will look at you, and then back to the fire.
And I'll give Calcifer a soft smile as he looks at me and all clear. Just seeing things, I think. Exhaustion's really getting to me.
He will nod, and he will put his axe away. And the rest of your watch will go without incident. Who will you wake? Take your place as Calcifer goes to bed.
I'll go wake Seelia.
Okay.
Just because I woke everybody else up already. I think it's only fair.
Okay. And Celia, you will be sound asleep when you sort of hear a rustling. Enough to stir you from slumber, but you can choose to ignore it if you decide.
I'm gonna ignore it and just like continue being huddled towards the wall of the tent.
Kretash, you are ignored.
I'm ignored. Yeah.
It was rustling. What do you mean ignored? It could have
It's
been
just like living
anything.
with my parents again.
You've been a murderer. Like it's nothing personal. It's just
You chose to say it. I'm
I
gonna
will.
ignore it.
I'm gonna sit down with and sit down next to Celia and put an arm on her shoulder.
I'm just
Celia,
gonna
are you awake?
I'm gonna steer a little bit and kind of like okay, I'm facing towards the thing, so I'm just gonna still eyes closed, little stretching, like just turn around kind of towards him and just do the like I don't know the way the cats do it, you know, like just circle around.
Just wrap yourself around.
Oh, okay, okay.
uh,
Interesting development.
no time for rest, I'm afraid. It's your time for watch.
I'm gonna kind of wake up and like sit up and be like, oh. And I'm just gonna like stumble outside.
The queen has chosen.
And just like that, the moment it's dead.
What?
All right,
Oh,
Celia, you will see.
chosen.
You
I
will
love it. I love it. The one person I managed to not wake up, but also decide intentionally to wake up. Sorry, Your Majesty. Get the fuck up and go on watch.
You will see Celia, Calcifer, sort of beginning to fall asleep next to the fire as Kretash, you begin your trance, and there is no sign of Takumi or Cassiopeia.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You fucking just chase them all away. But yeah, okay. I'm just gonna get out after I've stumbled out of the tent, just kind of shake it out. Go and sit next to the like on a log or something.
Okay.
Or nope, that was too much fucking embarrassment. I'm just gonna circle around a little bit. You know, just wake up more.
Okay.
Look around.
All right. Your watch also goes undisturbed. And a few hours from then, you will see the sun begin to rise. And you will feel like the slight warmth of morning sun as the rays break through. And you see the nightlife begin to retreat. And the sort of sound of early waking animals going on the hunt deep in the jungle. Cassiopeia and Takumi, you awake without incident. Sort of your normal wake-up routines, however they may be. Kretash, you wake up feeling a little bit more whole.
And I lost my point of exhaustion,
You
so
did
I'm not
lose
at
your point of
disadvantage
exhaustion.
constantly.
Everyone may take the
Oh
long
my God.
rest thing on your sheet.
Yes, please.
But yes,
Oh, my
Kretash.
spell slots have so much magic. Oh,
But yes, Kretash, you will feel a little bit more like your whole self.
Okay.
Floor is open.
I will get up, fold my bedroll up, put it back in my backpack, get my stuff organized, equip everything, and step out.
You step out into the morning sun as Calcifer 2 begins to sort of wake up and lets out this sort of loud grunt as though to wake up anyone who isn't already awake.
Good morning, Calcifer.
Good morning. Takumi, did you sleep well?
Yes. Good morning to you as well. Do you? How's yours? How did? How's yours?
Yep, definitely very, very, very good sleep.
Glad to hear it.
I'm still in the tent. I'm gonna hide in the tent for a bit. I'm actually gonna pull open. I'm gonna pull open that book on explosives again
Okay.
for a
What a way to
bit.
start the morning.
Yeah.
I will.
Look, hey, what
Start-
better way to start the day than with a bang?
All right. And
I don't.
you will learn if you read this book a little bit. You'll mainly learn how the dwarves were able to create these catapults that would have these sort of items that had the fireball spell cast on them to then be released by their mages the second the rock made impact with its target, causing larger explosions that would help with sieges and battle. And as you read,
Sorry, I have to run me through that again.
they
They catapult something.
they take a
it-
rock that they're gonna catapult or
Yeah.
trebuchet. That rock is
Yep.
imbued with the spell Fireball that is
Okay.
cast the second
Right.
it makes contact.
Right.
Nice.
Okay.
And as you read,
Nice.
you feel something else. And in your mind, you hear the cawing of
Is it-
birds.
I am going to snap her to my shoulder immediately,
She will
and
look
I
at
am
you,
gonna hug that bird.
and we will see as this half beautiful, majestic, slick black raven, half festering, exposed skeletal, dead bird is indifferent to your affection.
Ouch.
It's an extension of his own personality.
Yeah, that's true. It's completely indifferent to me, but that's okay. It's okay. I'm happy for the moment.
And I will say, if you want to recall her memories, you will have to. That doesn't happen automatically. That is something you have to
I
choose to do.
Yes, I will. That's not something I'll do right now.
Okay.
I shall take in the morning breeze, let it help cool me down after yesterday's many occurrences from Gaidanus to the sewer to the forest to everything else after that.
Mm-hmm. The floor is still open. Castle is just kind of doing his own morning routine.
Oh, I'd also like to prep some food, like yeah,
Okay.
I guess.
I want to sneak around in the canopy and look for enemies,
Canopy?
like of the trees.
You can see there are all manner of beasts sort of hunting. Nothing that seems interested in your camp. And you have to go a fair ways in to sort of see signs of them. There is no immediate threat to you or your companions.
Okay, all right. I will head back to the camp and meet with the others.
Good morning, Cassie.
Hey, good morning.
Maybe we should think about exploring and looking for the alchemist if everyone's all awake and ready.
Borodar.
I agree.
And
Ready as I'll ever be. I can look through the skies.
Calcifer
You-
will simply say Borodar again and look to the tent where you came from, Seelia.
We should probably check up on Kretash.
Did you get that?
I
Uh, I'm just gonna.
Let's go have a
I'm
look,
just.
shall we?
No, like he just gestured to. I'm just
Yep.
gonna look to the tent and look back at Calcifer and look to the tent.
And as you look back at the tent again, there is a bird on your shoulder.
Crowley! I will. She's on my shoulder.
Yes.
How do I? How do I? I want to
But
hug her. Like I
that
want
is
to.
for you to decide.
I will. Like she's on my shoulder, so I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna like tap my wrist so she moves.
She will not.
I'm just gonna hook her like this then. An attempt will be made.
She is indifferent.
That's okay. Hi.
She will call.
Cassiopeia will gaze into the void that is Crowley in empathetic indifference as well.
I'll continue to eat my ration pack for the day.
So you eat a bit of your ration. The ration will last you the whole day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
All right.
you
Thanks.
enjoy your breakfast.
Yeah. Thanks for clearing that up.
What?
Yep.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm going to
Tell us.
I'm gonna pull out that ugly red book and I get up, I'm gonna hop out of the tent. I'm just gonna be openly reading this book. But I'm looking for something specific.
And what is it you are looking for?
I'm looking for hell.
And as you all exit, you will see Kretash reading the very same book that was previously covered in blood, his blood. And reading through, you do see that there is an art form one can use to create a blood ritual to summon a being from hell, should that being be powerful enough to receive the ritual.
I am going to like, did you sit down by the fire?
I have not sat down, I've just walked out and I'm just reading, standing up reading.
I'm going
morning.
to peek over your shoulder.
Good morning, Takumi. Sorry for the interruption again last night.
It's all right. No problem.
We're summoning demons?
Not quite. We're studying summoning demons.
Tell me if we're summoning them though. When or if, you know.
Yeah. I'll be sure to introduce you.
What? Did you say I'm
Lost
sure?
in the book. I'll be sure to introduce you, is what I said, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go back into the tent and grab my bedroll because I left it there.
Okay, you begin to pack up. What does everyone else want to do?
Pretty sure I slept on it.
That's alright.
What was that, Zephyr?
What do the rest of you decide to do while Seelia goes into the tent?
I'll just announce we were thinking of adventuring and trying to find the alchemist.
Who are you announcing that to?
All of us,
Everybody.
you. Outside.
Oh.
The ones outside.
Yes. Shall I begin looking?
I'm gonna walk up to Calcifer very quickly.
Let's wait for Seelia to get her stuff and Kretash to do what he needs to do right now. We'll make a plan, but let's let these two finish up.
Understood.
Casper will look at you as you walk up to him.
And I will simply say, if you wish to join us, you are welcome here.
Always. I will tag on say after that.
He will look into the small carry pack that he has with him and he'll rummage through it. He'll pull out a box. And then with the pommel of his axe, he will slot it in and unlock the box. And he will open it enough so that he can peer inside. A moment will pass. He will close the box and lock it once again. He will put the box back into his pack and then look at you. And he will nod.
I'll give him a small bow and a smile.
He will bow back. And Seelia, as you exit the tent, you all hear a sudden rush of wind coming from north up the path.
Was that the direction in which Cassiopeia explored?
No, she went south.
Nope, opposite. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
North is towards Nil Serena.
That's the way we came from, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, where to now?
I'm gonna snap Crowley to my hand.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say search. And I'm gonna throw her
And she will begin soaring.
into the so she has been basically commanded to search up high in that general area just to see what that was.
Okay.
And I just gasped. Because that was a yeet!
That was a yeet.
And a few moments will pass. You'll feel her leave your sort of 100-foot radius, then come back. She will land on your shoulder. That is what she's...
Falling? I will look at her and ask, falling. No. I'm gonna go see through her memories. I'm gonna see everything that I've missed, including all the
Including
all the
from
Libyans
before.
lookout stuff. Yeah, I'm just gonna look through everything.
Okay. As you do, everyone else will see Kretash's eyes glaze over, as though they have rolled back. Kretash, you don't see sort of a play-by-play, you see images. The plains. A group of Gaidanus guards successfully fending off an attack of goblins.
That was in character, by the way.
Yeah. A large building with a great tower, smoking. The sort of remnants of a fire, with kobolds surrounding it, cheering. Banners white, with red, with a red dragon head as an emblem. Then you, and Seelia, and Beaky. And then, just enshrouded in the enchanted forest, up the road. The paradox.
Ah. See. We have a couple of options.
What did you find out?
The last time we went to the paradox, we left Calcifer behind. Now we can't have that again. I can't have that again.
The paradox? What do you
if
mean?
The paradox, that gust of wind, I believe that was the paradox appearing.
Dualius's tavern.
Yeah.
I have a word to have with him. Carry on.
Well, it's just over there.
Up north?
Yeah.
Where the wind? Okay.
Yeah.
If we choose to go up in there, we'll make sure Calcifer goes in first.
Yeah.
Well,
And every
that's the
time.
thing, Calcifer may not be allowed in.
Oh.
I don't see a reason to not be allowed in.
Well, it depends on if he's on the list. You know what
We'll-
Zoe said.
We can check.
Anybody. We can check. If he's not on the list, we'll figure something out. If you're
Well-
happy to go there, we can go there.
Maybe he can help us find the alchemist as well.
Possibly. It is a rare fountain of knowledge that he can bestow upon us. I leave it up to you guys, though. This
What
is all
else
about
have you? Yeah. What else have you found out? What you'd like to share? If it helps.
Well, Rithik's okay. It's good news. Livian's lookout is not.
How so? They lost?
I saw a tower blooming with smoke, surrounded by kobolds, flying a red dragon banner.
Red dragon. Wait. That could that have to do with the person Wa transformed into when facing Sauron? It was a dragony one, dragonborn, or
Dragonborns aren't exactly dragonkin from what I recall, but if I'm not sure if there's a link or not, but who knows? Red dragons themselves, from what I've studied and read, got caught up on just last night, they're known to employ kobolds into their employ because red dragons seek out treasure. They're greedy. They're big on avarice. Whatever these kobolds the red dragon are up to, I do not know. They are greedy treasure hoarders, but also understanding, seeing as they employ kobolds to do their work for them sometimes.
uh-huh.
So Livian's Lookout's very far away from here, from what I recall looking at the map, however long ago that was.
We can
The
tell
bridge.
Rithik.
What?
We can tell Rithik with the stones that what has gone down.
Yeah?
He is nearby. Actually,
Who is?
I would like to have a conversation with Rithik if possible as well.
He's
Okay.
nearby, you said?
He's nearby to the lookout.
Okay.
Well, in that case, we can contact him now, let him know what happened to the lookout. Maybe they can head there because they're closer. If they so desire, or maybe actually it might be better to step back and retreat so that if they don't have enough people with them, they don't get
At the very least, they won't walk into a trap.
Yes.
yeah. Okay, so I will take out the sending stones.
Okay. And remember, you have 30 seconds and 5 messages.
Yeah. I'm just going to like outstretch my hand towards Kretash.
I'll take the stone. I just speak to it, don't I?
Yes.
Yeah. So I will say the stone.
Yes. It can detect intention, so yes.
Yeah. I will say to the sending stone, Rithik, congratulations on your victory. Livian's lookout has been overrun by Dragonborn flying a red banner flag.
Kobolds or Dragonborn?
Oh, kobold, sorry.
Will that be all?
That's all.
The eyes will stop glowing, and then the stone itself will glow. A couple of minutes later, I wasn't aware we were being watched. But thank you, Kretash. I will have my regiment go to Livian's lookout as soon as possible, but we have maintained heavy losses. I fear right now we aren't going to be able to make it, not until we go back to Gaidanus. I trust whatever you are telling me because it's of importance. But I will make sure people get there. And I hope you and your friends are safe. And the stone will dim.
I will respond. We are safe. Wa is lost to us for the moment, but I'm sure he will be fine. I sent Crowley over to check out the situation at Livian's lookout, as per request of what was his name?
Commander Caldera?
Master Toad?
Commander Caldera.
Commander Caldera and
Caldera and
Master.
Master, yes.
Yeah, as of request to from Caldera. Then
Couple minutes will pass. I'm glad to hear that he made another level-headed judgment. Like I said, once my men are back in condition, we'll have a regiment sent out to Livian's lookout and see if we can deal with the kobolds. If anything important comes up, I'll let you know. I must be off. I have a long ride ahead of me. Take care and find Wa.
Maybe we should send him a message and say the whole eternal war very dead. Just as a heads up.
a what?
The plan for like earlier that we walked in with the round table when they were the plan for there to be a continuous like war and grief and goblins alliance with
Remember the plan Dallasman and the others were talking
Elephant.
about?
Yeah. I will actually hand those stones back to you for that. Because I'm going to slowly start making my way towards the paradox. So
Well,
staying within sight of everybody, but
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we'll go after you, and I'm just gonna.
We'll catch up with you.
I don't know if it's a good idea to say it over, like if it's productive to say it over. Like I'm talking to the party, like
I think
and
from what we learned with what they were saying, this is all being orchestrated by Dallasman and those he is allied with. I think it's important that they know that the ground they are gaining is on purpose,
Yeah.
and that they should be on the ready in case that the tables decide to be turned on them. If we're all being
Okay.
played in the game, then they should know so they can mitigate whatever damages may end up coming.
Yeah.
If
Well, yeah.
sorry,
Would
go on. I'll
yeah.
say that.
I'll go. I
If you're
was
not confident saying it, or if you don't remember everything, I can speak to him if you'd rather not.
um. I think I can relay the information, but thank you. But
All right.
do you can jump in. Okay, so I'm gonna get the stones, and I know it's gonna be like a, a message that he might not listen to now. And I'm going to say, just a heads up, we ran into Dallasman, and I forgot the other. Was it a Goblin King?
The Goblin King and Warlord Okiri.
King Nasher was the
Okay,
goblin's name.
yeah, we ran into, um, oh, fuck. My brain just
Dallasman, King
Dallasman, King
Nasher,
Nasher,
Orc
and
Warlord Okiri,
yes,
and Salrith.
and an assassin named Saurith, and they were talking about how the war is on purpose and how all the death on both sides is actually serving a higher power and how they're trying to um summon Sodakin?
Sildakin.
Sodakin. So all of the wait, sorry. This is me as a person forgetting. All the ground you might be gaining or losing is all on purpose as a part of their game, so beware.
They want
And,
you all stuck in perpetual war to grow
and the
chaos.
stone will dim.
And I'm gonna head towards the paradox.
Cassiopeia, Takumi, do you do the same?
I will just walk over to Cassiopeia and just place my hand on her shoulder as the intent of trying to give some support after the news we all heard about Livian's lookout, and I'll just say let's go see how Dualis can help us. And I will start walking up north as well, joining Seelia.
Cassiopeia will nod and she'll follow behind her.
And Calcifer will be following Kretash the whole time. And
I was
Kretash,
just about to ask about Calcifer.
You will see the paradox almost looks like that it it looks like it's always been there. It looks like the trees have grown around it, and it looks like leaves are over it, and it kind of a hidden away cottage almost look. And you see the blue flames, the swinging sign with the paradox written on. You're up, mate. Been a while.
How are you, Terry?
A lot older than when you last saw me. Time moves differently for us. You know how it is.
Oh, I really don't.
You know about the astral plane, don't you?
Oh, yeah, true.
100 years on the plane is but a day to you.
Now, I have to ask.
Do I have to
What
answer?
questions? You don't. That's why I'm asking. What questions can I ask about the list?
I cannot tell you the names on the list. That is private information.
That is quite fair. Am I able to ask, should my friend Calcifer here show the correct mannerisms, would he be allowed in?
I'm afraid no such name is on my list. I know not a Calcifer.
As the rest of
It's
us are walking
unfortunate.
up, do we hear this while we're walking up?
Yeah,
to
you
get
hear it. Malachi, did you say
Alright.
something?
Do you have... if my friend, the nameless Minotaur, were to show the correct mannerisms?
I'm afraid he does not match the description of one Minotaur on the list. I've seen a couple of his kind, but I cannot permit him entry.
Very well.
But I can make sure he's waiting for you when you get out.
Are you okay with that, Calcifer?
He will nod.
Terry, I must ask very specifically. When you say you can make sure he'll be waiting for us when we get out,
He'll be where
do
you
you mean
exit.
he'll be where I exit? I would appreciate that greatly. I am going to step back.
Is at this point that the rest of the party will join Kretash? Well,
Yeah.
well, well. Mister, I've got a purpose missing again.
It very much. Yes, yes.
I'm starting to
yes.
think he doesn't like me. I only bashed him a couple
That could
times.
That could never be true, Tara. Everyone loves you.
We both know that's not true, love. But it is wonderful to see you again after so many years.
Oh. How many years has it been for you?
Oh, I lose count. Time flows differently for us.
Maybe you could use a clock.
We've got plenty of them.
Maybe a
400 to
calendar then.
500 years by my estimation.
Something like that.
Oh my.
Well, we're sorry to have kept you waiting.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. My job is to wait. Wait for the right people. Now, is there anything I can offer you before you give me the password?
I could use a drink.
Well, that'll be settled inside.
Yes, we'll get something inside. But for right now, what can you offer us before we give the magic word? Just so everyone's aware.
Well, he can certainly give you a beating if that's what you want.
I am quite good at that.
I'm gonna
If
laugh.
I were Wa, I might take Terry up on that. But Terry and I have a better understanding, so it won't have to come to that.
I understand what I need to. Nothing more, certainly not less. Now, shall we proceed with business?
Let's proceed.
Let's proceed.
If no one else has anything to ask you, then may we please enter this establishment, the Paradox.
Welcome to the Paradox. You're home away from home. Away from home. For some of you.
It's all I can ever hope.
The door will open slowly, and you will see the blue glowing radiance of the familiar gateway. Just remember, Pick your words carefully. Looking at you, miss.
I'm gonna do my best.
Alright, in you go.
Before I head in, I will look at Calcifer. I will again gesture thumbs up, thumbs down. Will you be alright? Do you need anything? Are we all before my party and I head in?
He will simply sit on the ground, legs crossed, axe perfectly balanced on his knees.
Good to see. I will nod and give a light bow, and I will head in with the party.
Is everyone entering?
I will wait so that I'm last.
Kretash, Cassiopeia.
Yeah, Cassiopeia, go ahead in.
Kretash?
Are you heading in?
Kretash? Kretash.
Cassie.
I'm gonna pull Seelia aside.
I will wait.
Okay.
I will wait right out here.
I thought you'd already gone in.
Okay. In that case,
He
I'll.
went inside and climbed back out the window.
Once you,
Because
once you,
that's why I was
window.
waiting, because I wasn't 100%.
once
I need
you,
to
once
find
you
in
step over
after-
once you step over the threshold, there is no returning.
Yeah.
There is no return.
Right. Then in that case, I go after Cassio.
Very well.
Seelia,
Kretash and Seelia are left.
if I may ask, what question do you wish to ask to Alice? If I may, you don't have to answer.
I'm not sure yet. I'm still thinking. What about you?
I'm not going in.
Why not?
We left Calcifer behind once before. I trust Terry, but I'd rather be safe.
Oh. What would you have asked?
I would like to know where I could find someone making a deal with a powerful demon.
Who do you think is making a deal with a powerful demon?
It's not about specifics. It's about something that I need to interrupt a deal. I need to stop a deal with the demon.
Can I ask why?
So that another demon can take over. An ally.
Who?
My old master.
Do you think it's gonna work?
If he says it'll work, it'll work.
Who's he?
Volnir. The real Volnir.
Have you been talking to him?
That's not a story
Less
for right now.
judgmentally. But less judgmentally. Sorry, yeah? Have you been talking to him?
That's not a. It's not a conversation for right now. Right now, I'm sure Terry wants to probably get on his way.
It's not like I can go anywhere.
I-
Best I can do is turn from a handle to a knocker. If I want to go up in life.
Very. I I'm not sure if I would be able to ask that question. And
I
I don't think
understand.
that
You don't have to. I'm not asking you to. But
I know. I'm just making it clear. I don't know what I should ask with the knowledge of what you and I both know now. So
actually, by the way, were you still looking for an arcane focus? You mentioned it.
yeah, I'm having Mannerington make one for me as we
Oh, I
speak.
see.
Why?
Let's just say those moonstones, quite powerful.
Oh, I could ask him to include mine into it. I don't know if he could, but
I'm not sure.
worth a try. Because I also have, like, I'm just gonna, like, wiggle the little one I have. Yeah.
Next time you try to cast your magic, try casting it through that. You'll see what I mean.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well,
But
yeah.
I will see you when you'll return.
Yeah. I just wanted to. I'm gonna turn to Terry and be like, Terry,
I'm still here.
have you met my mother?
Which one?
Ah,
The answer to both is yes.
um,
I've met
in-
your mother, who raised you, and I've met Christina. Lovely singing voice she had. Farmer girl, quite strong.
yeah.
You
I
have
was
her
just.
eyes.
I just wanted to, yeah, see what you could tell me about her if if she made an impression. And I
She was
guess.
soft spoken. She followed her heart, and her heart led her to your father. She was loyal to the crown, and she still is. The real crown.
Do you know where she is?
I'm afraid I do not. For me, it's been eras. Hundreds of thousands of years.
Well, at least there's a hope she's alive. Thanks, Terry.
She's somewhere on the plains. Whether it be this one or one of the others.
What exactly is another plane?
You've got the astral plane, you've got the planes of hell, you've got pandemonium, you've got, all the planes for the elementals. There's a lot. Your wizard friend knows about them. He's, they study that kind of stuff in college. I never went to college.
I'm sure you know a lot. Hellplane?
There's not. Yeah, there's loads of levels of hell.
And she's like, probably not though, right?
Oh, probably
Like,
not. No, probably not. I mean, unless she
Okay.
did some stuff that I don't know about.
Probably not.
Probably not.
But probably not. Okay. Thank you.
That's all right.
Terry. Yeah. Yeah. I'll yeah, turn back to Kretash and like kind of squeeze his hand and be like, bye. And I'm gonna go into the room. The door.
And as Seelia enters, the door will close behind her, and the paradox will morph into what looks to be just a regular old cottage, ruined and overgrown. A single yellow flower grows in between the cobbles. And that is where we'll leave it for tonight.
Oh.
Overran a little bit, but the
It was
conversation flowed and I didn't want to interrupt. So
We got there, though. We got there.
we did get there, and we are getting pretty close to the final act of season 2.
Ooh.
The pieces have been laid, and there are ways to sort of extend it a little bit depending on the types of things you guys decide to do. But in terms of setting up like the big final event that will take a few sessions to end the season off, you know, we're almost everything is at least known about it, even if not fully understood. And of course, Terry's back. You know,
Terry!
It's been about 10 episodes. I thought it was about time we throw him in again. I thought that was
long.
yeah.
It's like 10 years in Terry time.
It's
More than
no-
that. Much more than that. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Did not mean to do that. But yes, and you guys did incredible as you always do. It is a shame that Wa had to leave us early, but you know, he made the right decision. He absolutely made the right decision, and we will catch up with him. Unfortunately, we will not be catching up with him for some time, because, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of D&D, we're having a couple of weeks off, because we've got some events going on. And in terms of Trinity Isle, we're taking a bit of a bigger break, which honestly I need, because I'm behind on map making. I'm behind on. I want to make sure we set up everything properly. But we will be back when summer hits and when summer is in full swing. You know, when the summer break at least hits, we will be back with Trinity Isle. But in a couple of weeks' time, I believe, airing on the first weekend of July 2nd, we have the first official episode of the TheMrWa's campaign, Troubled Times, in which case...
Yep, that's right.
Oh, fuck! Where the fuck did you come from? Oh my god, right. How are you, Mr. Wa?
I'm okay. I got everything sorted. So
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it.
That's good.
But you missed Terry again.
Look.
I jumped back in the chat just as Terry appeared. So
It's alright. And there are plenty of reactions. I'm thinking every 10 to 15 episodes we do a Paradox event. So, but you know, spoilers.
Whenever they narratively fit.
Yeah. Basically,
Yes,
whenever I feel like you guys have enough information to ask some good questions, is when the Paradox is gonna
investigate.
happen. But yeah, so your Troubled Times coming on the first weekend of July, and I get to be a fucking player. I get to be a pirate.
Yes, you do.
DelphiniumRai will not be here, but DelphiniumRai, you know, if you want, maybe we'll try and do a one shot with you, because we need to set one of those up, because we have people that want to play that aren't part of either of our main cast, so maybe we'll get you involved in a one shot in the next few weeks.
As an evil villain.
Honestly,
Ooh.
DelphiniumRai is a villain. That's something I want to see.
Maybe
Maybe you could run a one shot. There you go. We'll
Very
see.
nice.
We'll see. But
Very
thank
nice,
you.
yeah.
Thank you, Sky McSparkle, for the raid of 8. That was huge. We do appreciate it, and we hope you enjoyed what you did see. But if we can get a shout out for one in the chat so people know where to go to catch his campaign, and if anyone's got anything they want to shout out over the next couple of weeks, now is the time to do so.
I have a minor announcement.
Go for it.
I am going to be open for emote, badge, and layout commissions soon, and I'm setting up a website, so stay tuned for that.
Love to see
and he
it.
already has a client.
Mhm.
Oh.
And he was kind enough to provide us with bit badges, which I was gonna commission Rai for, but I haven't had the money to, and DelphiniumRai came in and fucking stole it. But once we have the funds, we will be getting 4 new emotes. I do have 4 emotes that I am gonna commission Rai for in the future, including our first tier 2. So you know, we got some stuff coming in for that.
Nice.
Anyone else got anything to shout out? Anything at all?
Not really. I'm gonna be playing Little Nightmares 2 on Tuesday, so that's at around like 8-9 p.m. Eastern European summertime. If anyone wants to watch me suffer, that's about it.
And
Okay.
well, what are you doing next week? Because obviously there are some people here that didn't hear it initially.
Yeah, that next week's the start of a Mario 64 bingo tournament, season 1 of the bingo tournament. It's point based, and yeah, that's going to be starting on the channel alongside with D&D. So if you like Super Mario 64 and you like D&D, come to mine and Zephyr's channels.
It's going to be great. It's
Hell
going to be
yeah.
great. A lot of D&D over the summer, because now whilst we're going to give War a few episodes, and then we're going to be alternating, and then at the end of season 2, we're going to do a session where we just podcast and chat about the last 2 seasons, because there's a lot to talk about, and then while we'll fill in the gap, and then we'll have season 3. I'm thinking season 3 is either going to hit at the end of the summer or in mid to late September. But again, it depends on breaks, it depends on how much time you guys spend in season 2. We could be in season 2 at Christmas. You never know.
God.
You never know.
Not again. Not again.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to say goodbye to our cast as we always do by doing one more rundown. So, goodbye and thank you to Takumi Inui, the human fighter, played by Shadowblade312.
That is I. Hello, hello. And thank you for joining us. We will see you next month.
Goodbye and thank you to Kretash the Cold, the Dark Elf Wizard, played by Malka __ Gaming.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye and thank you to Seelia, the half-Sinnoh Bard, played by the Trinity Isle artist DelphiniumRai.
Bye. Gonna miss you.
Goodbye and thank you to Wa Dastings, the human paladin warlock, played by TheMrWa.
Hi, thank you so much. Sorry I wasn't here the whole session.
That's so good, that's so good. And goodbye and thank you, last but never least, to Cassiopeia, the Aarakocra druid, played by TheBarinade.
Lots of love. Bye.
And goodbye from me, your slightly above average Dungeon Master, CJ_Zephyr. Safe travels.